and the host of this summit. And just before we have our national anthem, you can look at the person next to you and greet him in any style. Come on, you can see, greet the Come on, Zeka, Mimi, Mambo, Sasa, Yaje. Come on, Wani, Shikamo. Asanteni sana. We want to kick off our session, and we'll start with our national anthem, and we'll begin with our national anthem, and then we'll wrap it up with the East African anthem. We are very, very honored to host you, Sacco leaders, Sacco directors, the wide range of the leadership in one of the strongest movements in our country and in our region. I know if we ask each of you to tell a story about what the corporate movement has done, I believe it will be very inspiring. We are here to mark a very special milestone, a very special occasion, 25 years of Silicon, partnering with us, partnering with different organizations to deliver not just innovative, but inclusive, very smart sustainable financial solution. Today, as you can see in front here, we have key words: insight, innovation, and connection away. This is our theme and guide every discussion, every engagement today. We are going to hear, experience, insights into Sacco operation, digital readiness. We are going to experience and hear innovation in the systems, in the services, and more significantly, in our structures. And more important, we are going to connect. And the reason why we are co-creators, it's about between people, platforms, and possibilities. So ladies and gentlemen, let's begin a morning of inspiration, a morning of insight, and a morning of impact. And we are privileged to have different speakers to set off and to open officially. I would like to welcome a trailblazer whose code has touched millions, whose leadership has shaped the fintech in Africa, and whose vision launched craft simple 25 years ago. He's a CEO, he's a group CEO. I'm sure he'll be sharing quite a lot. And I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Kamal, the group CEO of Craft Simple. Can we welcome Mr. Kamal?
Good morning, everyone. I'm so pleased here today to welcome all of you. I founded Craft Simple a couple of years back, but I had technology. I'm not a manager. I'm not a guy who runs the business, but I'm the guy who always on the laptop doing several things that some of you are using. And I'm so thankful that you use our products. We have several things, and I just wanted to briefly take you through some of the things that we are doing to set the tone as other presenters who come in. So you can please put my presentation. I will soon have this one. Yeah. Okay. So just a brief on what Craft Silicon is. We provide financial software services to customers across the emerging markets, not just in Kenya, not just in Africa, but across the globe. And we are very proud, and I'm very proud, I'm a Kenyan, I'm very proud that it's not the other way around. Most of the time the other way around is that you have a company that comes out from Europe or Asia or India or somewhere else, and then selling the products that we use here. I think we are one of those very few ones where we are here and selling the products outside, not the other way around. And I always keep thinking, why should it always be that we as Kenyans always have to import technology from outside? And I think the way it has happened now, we have put all our efforts that we are the ones now taking technology from outside. If you look at the Kenyan software exports, we hold a majority stake in that. Possibly the first 2 or 3 players who are the largest software exporters of this country, and we are one of them. So we are very proud of you, proud of all of us together, because without you guys, we would have never grown, and without that, we would have never been able to do it. There are about 1,000 people companies supporting close to about 200 plus customers, and one figure which really I love it, and I like to keep bragging to everyone I meet that, is that 120 million customers across our platform. So what that means? We have several Saccos here, several banks here, both here and across the continent. If we add up all these customers, the customers for police and Islamic and Amica and KEBT and all of them, if we add all these customers who are using our products, the customers of our customers, that number today is over 120 million retail customers. We have several products, and these are our core products, which makes the majority of our offerings. We also co-banking products. So traditional banks, so these are the banks, normal retail and commercial banks. We also do for microfinance banks. We do for savings cooperatives. We do Islamic banks. And now we also launched a new category called digital banks. If your Sacco is planning to roll out a separate digital Sacco version of your Sacco, we can also do that. The another interesting thing that we offer here, all the way from you were a small Sacco, then you became a big Sacco, and then eventually decided to become a commercial bank, and then a corporate bank, and you don't have to keep switching from a product to product. We can walk the journey all the way from your beginning to where your vision is. Digital banking suite, which is also a very critical product for us. In this one also, the number of transactions that we process are massive. On an everyday basis, we process 1 million and a half transactions. So like this, 1,000 transactions is gone, another 2,000, 5,000. Every single second the transactions are going on our platform. People are transferring money, people are paying bills, people are checking their account balance, their utility statements, their loans are getting disbursed on a mobile device. Last year we processed about $5.5 to $6 billion passing through our platform. So it's a very busy platform, very stable platform for us, and we believe it's also a very secure platform. Some of the other products on the same line, mobile banking, digital wallets are products that we offer. And I'm not going to get much detail, I'm just giving you an overview. Some of the other presentations will take you through more details on this product. Internet banking, we do mobile banking, we do internet banking, so your members can be anywhere. There are Saccos in our country here. You know, when COVID came in, many of the Saccos started working part from home, part from the office. Some Saccos decided to work from home. And when the COVID went and everything was normal, a Sacco continued working from home. And today that Sacco is, everything is digital. You want to open an account, you do it here. You open mobile, get to your mobile, do that. You want to apply for a loan, get guarantor approval, do it there. Every single thing that they do virtually on the digital. And it's working for them. If you do that, your cost, you can use a lot of technology to scale up very quickly. Customer field acquisition products, you are sitting out here, you have a tablet in your hand, a phone in your hand, the person sitting next to you wants to open an account in your Sacco. Products like this can help for customer field acquisition products. This is a very interesting product, and we are going to show you something which I love it. These are AI-powered chatbots. It's just a chatbot, but it's just like conversational. It's just like ChatGPT. You talk to your phone and it gives you everything that you want. This is again a very interesting suite of our products. We have based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are some of the new products that we have launched recently, and we'll also be sharing details for you. For example, credit scoring product. A product that scores your customer
both traditionally as well as using artificial intelligence. When I say traditionally, that means if the customer's gender is male versus female, maybe there are some points to that. The turnover of these accounts, how many times he has borrowed in the past. These are traditional way of generating a score of a customer. Now layer on that an artificial intelligence. An artificial intelligence learns the patterns, how the customer is behaving, how the economics is happening in our country, because that also affects the credit scoring of an individual. So we have a credit scoring engine that uses both traditional as well as artificial intelligence to score a customer, and we'll be also presenting that to you. Facial recognition, a very interesting component of artificial intelligence. You want to open a customer's account in the field. The customer wants to open his account himself using his own mobile. You need the technology that could verify his face and the photo on the ID and make sure that it's the right person. And you also need to make sure that the customer is not taking a picture of a picture. So it needs to be a live face. Now all those components are done using artificial intelligence on a facial recognition. Sentiment analysis is also a very interesting product. Today everyone is on social media. Some customers would say good things about your Sacco, some customers would be complaining, some customers would be promoting your brand, some customers would be trying to say this service from your Sacco was not good. So they have all sorts of feedback going around on social medias. A sentiment analysis is a product that goes on the web, throughout the internet, and figure it out what people are talking about you. Is it good or bad? There are thousands of comments will be there. You can't put 10,000 people to keep reading and replying and analyzing those comments and feedbacks. So sentiment analysis is a product that allows you to do that. Statement analyzer, another very interesting product. Today, if you want to apply for some loan or want to open an account, there are some documents you need to submit. The customer is submitting their bank statements. You need to analyze those bank statements. This analysis of the bank statements can be done through an artificial intelligence. You upload your PDF, system will figure it out what is where. So much so, when we launched this product, one bank figured it out that there was a very interesting pattern that a lot of customers were doing. They used to do something they call check kiting. So what they do is they have 2-3 banks. All they do is keep moving around from this bank to this bank, this bank to this bank. They keep moving around the money, and when they submit the statement, you might see, oh my God, the turnover is so high. The customer is really transacting a lot of money. But when you dig down inside, a lot of these transactions they used to check kite. So they move money from here to there, from there to there, bring it back here, and it keeps rotating. It was never, people were not able to identify that easily. But with a technology like this, you upload it, system will automatically flag it out, and you have the right reasons. Asset identification is also an interesting product, especially for smaller microfinance, and maybe you might want to launch a product like this. They call it chattel mortgage. You go to a small shopkeeper where you want to lend, and you want to now check the inventory in that shop. You will have to send somebody will physically verify the inventories in that shop. Now we have a product where the customers, the credit officer will go, just take a picture of the inventory, and system will now identify what is there inside and put a value to that, which helps you to use that as a security when giving out the advance. And lastly, the process automation. We also now, under artificial intelligence and machine learning department, we also started walking to all our customers, banks, SACCOs and microfinances, understand their processes, and trying to figure out where artificial intelligence can automate and enhance those efficiencies and procedures. Next one, I wanted to give you a small something which is nothing related to the bank, but save this mobile number on your WhatsApp, for example. Let me just, when I save this here, today all of you guys here would be getting business cards from somebody around here and say, okay, I'll give you a call. Then you look at the business card, you say, go to your phone book and now save this. On this number, Just take a picture of the business card and send it on WhatsApp to this number. Whatever kind of business card it is, it could be like this one, some different design. Just pick the picture of that, send it on WhatsApp on this number. In a few seconds, it will add this number, allow you to add this number on your phone book. It has nothing to do with the banking, but this is where artificial intelligence is coming in. System is able to pick up so many things. So on that number is the back is an artificial intelligence engine that takes the picture of that business card and now saves it to your phone book. If that was not there, you would have to now go to your phone book, add a new record, put his name, do this, do that, and get it done. So this has nothing to do with the financial services, but just wanted to tell you that artificial intelligence is affecting our life and in every possible way it can. We also do loans on phone, a very interesting and a busy product for us. All the artificial intelligence products that I showed you on the previous screen, from credit scoring to facial recognition to analysis, the statement analyzers, all these products were put together to provide loans on phone product. It can be for your customers or it can be for a customer who is on the street and just want to get a loan from you. We also do SME toolkits. There's a lot of now focus. There has always been a lot of focus on our customers, a retail customer. The SME customer had always been ignored. Focus on corporate customers, focus on the retail customer, but the small SMEs we felt were always ignored. So we now have a product for SMEs, which your Saccos can also use it to get into the SME lending solutions. Merchant payments, obviously, which is pretty simple, the QR-based merchant payments. We also provide a product called Little. Little is a ride-hailing app that allows you to move around. And a lot of people ask me question, how come you are into the financial services solution and you got into something which is completely different called ride-hailing? So let me tell you why it happened and the reason we got into this. I showed you on our platform, we have so many of these customers, which are customers of our customers. But we also wanted to bring additional set of our customers to our customers. That means when we launched a product like this, what we were doing behind the scene, we were now understanding what the retail customer needs. We were understanding and analyzing these customers, and now once we have all this information, we are bringing that information to you. Today, there are many financial institutions, including some Saccos, who use Little, and the data that Little has to do lending to the drivers of these taxis. It's a big ecosystem. Then from taxis, we moved into the restaurants. So today, they also do lending to the restaurants, the small restaurants and big restaurants, because we have all this data. So all we are doing, Little is a conduit between you and the other customers, end customers, and we give you a validated data that helps you to provide financial services. And finally, when we make all this money, we also give back to the society. We have Cross Silicon Foundation, which this is inside of a bus. If there's a bus like this, there's a solar panel on the top, it's fully internet enabled. It goes into several areas into town and provide free computer education. So we go to Kibera, Mathare, Huruma, Kangemi, let's say in Nairobi. But we also operate in other places as Cross Silicon. Another thing which I also wanted to share, and that's where we feel the banking is going. Today you have customers. And these customers, why would some business customers come to you and not go to the other Sacco? If you provide them the other helping solution. For example, if you have a customer in your Sacco who is running a restaurant, in addition to just providing him the financial services, what if you also provide him a restaurant management system? Tell him, you use this system and I will make sure that all the financial aspect of it is covered inside. So when you give such a product to a restaurant guy and the other Sacco or other bank or other microfinance is just providing the financial services, he is most likely going going to come to you because you are not just providing the financial services, you are also providing the tools for him to run his business. So we have this, and the list is going to keep on increasing with time. But currently we have these solutions which we also give to our SACCOs, and they now onward give these solutions to the end customers. So we have hotels, schools, and rent collection. The one from all these that has picked up very well is the last one called rent collection. So with that, I just want to thank you for coming in. Before I go out, I want.
Can we give it? Okay.
I can give you this.
Oh, can we give good claps? We've had a breakfast. I want to see the energy. Wow, the technology world. The technology world. I think he has highlighted extensively, because I would imagine today doing business without embracing technology. It's not just the drive of your strategy. It's not just your enabler. It is what will make you today, tomorrow, and future. Once again, makofi kwake. I would invite him to welcome our next speaker.
Before you do that, is that Sam you want to invite? The one from Kingdom?
Yes.
Can I invite him?
Yes, that's why I want to give you that opportunity. Yeah.
So I want to invite the Kingdom Bank guy myself, and the reason I want to do that is I want to tell you a story before he comes in. Go to the next slide. There is one more slide here. Yeah, here. So, and it's a very emotional information that I'm going to pass on to you. Several years back, I just finished my studies and I was hustling everywhere. I had a product which I developed it myself, using whatever information and knowledge that I was given. And this product was for serving microfinance banks, microfinance customers, the small microfinances. So there was a real challenge for microfinances to have a good system. And I was literally struggling every single day. So one day I get a call from this lady. She's a Swedish lady called Ingrid Munro. I was literally on the brink of collapse. So I get a call from, and I think that call was a call from the God. Trust me, today also I keep saying that was a call from the God. So this lady calls me and says, I'm Swedish, I'm from Sweden, and I'm in Kenya, I'm running a small microfinance. I understand you have some solution for us. Can you come and give it to us or show it to me so that we can see if it can work? I was in Western. I remember that day I was in Western. It was about 11, 12 that she said, and I said I can come in the afternoon. So I take a mat, I come down at Yaya Center. She was somewhere around there. From Yaya Center, I kept looking where her office was. It was a house, a small house where she was. House with a small compound. It was a completely messy place. And when I went in there, I was a bit disappointed. I said, maybe I was getting some good business, but when I went there, I felt good. I think I'm just wasting my time. But I get in there, and she was very welcoming. She said, come. She explained what she was doing. I explained what are the solutions that we had. I didn't have everything, but I had something little here and there, and I showed it to her. And she liked it. So she said, how much is it? So she said, how so she said, how much is going to cost me? The mic is off or? I continue. It's okay? Yeah. So she asked me how much is going to cost her. So in my mind, I started now doing calculation. Says I'm staying in as a paying guest somewhere. It is costing me 9,000 a month. I eat something here and there for 3, 4, 5,000. So it's 10, 12,000. And this project is going to take me about 4 to 5 months to finish. So per month, if I'm going to charge her 15 times 4, 60,000. I said, okay, fine. I'll give you around at 70, 80,000. 70, in my mind, it was 70, 80,000 shillings. So I said, yeah, 70, 80,000. She thinks for a minute, looks around here and there, then says, but it's a bit high for us. Our budget is 50,000. The Swedish grant that I got is maximum we can spend is $50,000. I was asking her to pay me 65 to 70,000 shillings. And so luckily, I had not mentioned the currency. I just said 60, 70,000. Then she says, we can't do that, but our budget is about 50 and I have to use something of it hardware. So I'll give you around 35 to 40,000 dollars. Is that okay? And that day actually changed everything for us. So that's Mama Ingrid. She's still very close to me. From time to time, I still keep going to see her. But that's Ingrid. She helped us to build Craft Silicon. Jami Bora Sacco then became a microfinance. Then it became Kingdom Bank. And that's why for us, even Kingdom Bank is very close to us. And I wanted to call Samuel from Kingdom Bank to come and say a few words. So Samuel, you're welcome. Thank you. Carry on. Thank you.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Good morning. As said, my name is Samuel Nyamo. Kingdom Bank in institutional banking. For what you're supposed to, actually, I'm representing my boss, who is Alex Kasiki. He was not able to make it today due to unavoidable circumstances, but he's represented in good hands with me and my two colleagues over here. We were supposed to talk about our journey with Craft Silicon. And I think there's some slides that I came with. Maybe you can run them. So maybe I start with the presentation the way it is before I can talk of my engagement with Bankers Dream. Before I joined Jamii Bora Bank back in 2014, I was in an institution called Southern Credit. That was back in 2008, which was using the same system. That was Bankers Dream then. Then moved to Equatorial Commercial Bank in 2010, which was using the same system then. Then joined Jamii Bora Bank in 2014, using the same system. So I think I've iterated with this system for more than 15 years plus. But let me go to the presentation. First of all, a story about Kingdom Bank. We are a subsidiary of the Cooperative Bank of Kenya since 2020, anchored by the strength and legacy of one of the country's most trusted financial institutions. What they ingrained in us is a cooperative philosophy where we believe in shared success, growing together with our customers. Our niche market is basically focusing on SMEs and retail growth. We serve micro, small and medium enterprises, individuals, select corporate institutions, including SACCOs and microfinance organizations. Our strategic position, currently we have 23 branches countrywide, and our aim is to open 4 more branches this year. We offer purpose-driven banking, championing financial inclusion, entrepreneurship, and community-based growth. Our long-term vision is to be the go-to bank for MSMEs, communities seeking inclusive, sustainable, and financial empowerment. This is just what Kingdom Bank basically does for customers. The journey. So basically, this starts from 1999. Kamal has talked about Ingrid Munro. So she founded Jamii Bora Trust, started with 50 street families, and that is basically, I think, where table banking started, whereby you come with a group of 5 to 10 individuals, you collect some funds together, then you can start a project. So it was a grassroots initiative for microfinance solutions for low-income earners in Kenya. 2007, it was evolved into a licensed entity. So Jamii Bora now was licensed as a microfinance. Come 2010, it took over a bank called City Finance Bank. So that is how big it had grown by then, and then it renamed it to Jamii Bora Bank. That was in 2010. And that is where it formally entered commercial banking. Come 2014, we started the Jamii Bora Insurance Agency, which is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority. 2015, the diversification continues. We formed Jamii Bora Leasing, which was created to provide asset leasing solutions and for MSME markets. Then come 2020, that's when Cooperative Bank came in, bought 90% shareholding of the bank, and basically is our parent bank at the moment. The system, we have had this system for close to 15 years. We started with it in 2012, which was the launch of the KB mobile app. This app, I think, has won the best mobile banking app, I think 4 years in a row now. So it's the best mobile banking app we have in the country at the moment. 2014, we moved from Bankers Rim, which was the system then we moved to BR.net, core banking system. And then 2017, we launched internet banking, which we proudly call it DigiLife. To our partners in the Sacco industry, basically, we also bank Saccos. We have flexible accounts, both in Kenya shillings, dollar, pound, euro. We offer a minimal amount in opening balances of 5,000 shillings. What we offer to our customers, depending on your volumes in checks, is check truncation services. And for us, for most banks, they normally offer you T+2 for checks to clear. For us, we offer you T+1. And also we give you access to co-branded checks. I think that is all. We are not here to market ourselves. I think we'll be meeting most of you in Ushirika Day tomorrow. So I think that is all from Kingdom Bank. Thank you.
Thank you so much. More claps.
I just want to add something. So everything in Kingdom, Jamii Bora to Kingdom Bank, everything has been a solution. You take co-banking, internet banking, mobile banking, check truncation, anti-money laundering, credit card, in everything you speak about there is from us. So we are not a supplier like, you buy a co-banking from here, then you want internet, you go somebody else. You want mobile, you go somebody else. Everything from Kingdom Bank is from us. Now that Kingdom Bank is taken over by Cooperative Bank, likelihood is that they will now continue using the system that Cooperative Bank is using. So if you see the news that they are going to use the Cooperative Bank system, it's not because they are not happy. It is because the major shareholder, 90% of their shareholding is from there, and the bank may not want to use different system. I just wanted to let you know. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Karibu. Thank you. More claps for the very interesting and humbling journey for the two organizations that you are picking here. And one of the accelerator is technology. It has played a very major role in it. Now, we want to usher our next presentation. But before we do that, I'm going to do something. And it's just a simple rule. If I read your statement, if it has happened to you, you stand. If it has not ever happened to you, just sit. Stand if you've ever clicked reply all by mistake. Stand if you have ever reply all by mistake. Next one. Stand if you have forgotten a password more than once in a day. Okay. Okay, thank you. Lastly, stand if you pretend to understand dashboard when you don't. Oh, all of you understand. Oh, give them a clap. Thank you so much. To usher our next speaker, I would like to, just a minute, to usher in our next speaker to make some presentation for our products. I would like to invite Arthur. Can we give a clap to Arthur? Yes, is going to showcase our core banking system. We know that is the engine that powers our member accounts, powers our loans, powers our transaction, and Craft Silicon has built that unique product, not just for SACCOs, but for all sizes. So please welcome Arthur to share. Karibu sana, Arthur. Welcome. Thank you.
Our distinguished guests, the Sacco friends and partners, my directors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As I've been introduced, my name is Arthur. I oversee the core banking and the ERP suite. Today, I want to give more insight on the core Sacco solution, which is a product that we have had for many, many years. As it has been presented, it's the oldest product we have had, which has transitioned over and over, and I'm happy to see it's a product that a good number of the SACCOs who are present are using. Our core Sacco suite is packaged in three ways. As Mr. Kamal presented about the digitalization process, it's done in three different packages. so that the partners and every other user can have a 360-degree view of your customers. We have the core banking activities, which enables the users of the system to see the customer, to see the market, to see the activities of what is the core business of what the core business should have. This includes the cashiering, it includes the loaning, FOSA, BOSA activities, and also the reporting. The second suite is on ERP. We have customer relationship management system, which extends to the customer communication, management of customer relation, communication. We have other products of procurement. We have property insurance. And this helps to do the administration of the Sacco activities. Beside the core business, we know we have other activities like the HR, it's an ERP. We have the marketing, and they are all necessary for the Sacco business that we always conduct. And all these, we put it so that you have total visibility of your customers. We have the third package, which is on monitoring, control, and compliance. We have the packages of anti-money laundering. We have the business analytics, budgets, reporting to SAS. We have all this package set all together. And also the auditing planner, which is part of what we offer in the package. In essence, with all these, I believe the Sacco's activity are fully represented. And we always invent and develop more, and we deliver to our customers. So think through, what among the activities that you do that Craft Silicon cannot afford to deliver? I believe there is none. In addition to this, we are able to integrate all these systems, and they operate seamlessly. With a click of a button, you move from one activity to the other. The reporting is centralized. The regulatory requirement is aligned to one head. Auditing and compliance is also part of the mandatory checks in the systems, and also the business movers can be able to see all put together in one system. This is a suite that we have done, and that we can confirm it is to the benefit of each and every entity. We package it and we deliver it, and you'll be able to avail all the reports at a central point. Further to that, we have other modules that facilitate our day-to-day operations, which we bring them, some as add-ons and others as part of the standard package. For instance, we have loan digitalization. Nowadays, we are gone off the days of walking around with papers looking for guarantors so that you can have their own form signed. In case of recovery, you have to go chasing everyone because you need to get a response. We have digitalized this process. And using the AI, loan applications are getting fully digitalized. You apply for a loan, in a minute you get a response, the next minute you have your money, and all the letters are processed and sent to you via email. Digital stamping is done, so you have a complete set of all the documents that you need. All these again get stored to the EDMS, that is the data management system, which is part of our package and suite. Why do we have some of our customers wanting to be with us all the time? First and foremost, we appreciate you. And we want to keep you and hence going forward. But the systems have been tested and checked, and we can assure you of their security. The ability to integrate with channels, working with open APIs, you're able to integrate with other institutions. I may, for instance, give an example of Mr. Samuel when he was talking about kingdom. Sometimes back, you'll find they are doing their checks from their desk, the same information gets transmitted to their banker, and the whole process ends at the click of a button. The transaction starts from the start, goes all the way to their clearing point. And when the clearing happens, the response comes to their desk without any human intervention. This is what we are looking at, and this is where we want to be, because it will help to effectively manage the costs. And when I look at the costs, I look at it far beyond the resource engagement. There are other costs associated with the movements, the logistics, the handling costs, because everything we do comes along with associated part of its costs. The system, by a click of a button, will eliminate a lot of such related costs. Our system is modular-based, and therefore they are very easy to integrate even with other systems that comes out of Craft Silicon. For instance, when I talk of this, you could be having product from another entity. We just need the APIs and we'll put the two systems and they work seamlessly. That's where the technology is taking us. And for you to attain some of these automation levels, you must have a robust system. You also must have the ability to support what it is there and a way to see what is happening in your systems. And that's why we have provided all these as a common package to deploy and learn with to ensure the system is able to move from start to the end. And this will happen without involvement of extra parties. It's just you and your computer and your buttons. You click this button, you move to one side. You click the other one, it takes you to the other end. And that's what we are all looking at, because we need to simplify and ensure we get the desired results. So the system, when we set it up, it becomes one centralized system and interlinked and set with all the security functionalities that need to be set up. Therefore, that's a quick overview of the core Sacco solution. And along with it, I may not detail out all the particular products that are there, but in the setup and in the brochures that you share, we'll give you the details such that you can see it far and wide. Thank you, and we do appreciate your coming.
Just before we invite our next speaker, I'll just request you all stand up. Please, you all stand up. And I'll ask each table in a minute in 1-1. In 1-1, you agree in a minute, in 1-1. What to best describe the future of SAP. And we'll randomly pick some here, very loudly. In 1-1. Just agree 1-1. Describes the future of your Sacco and our Sacco. And invite Moses. Please, you can have a mic quickly. You can hear. A minute is over. Have you agreed? I think I will start with the smallest table to the biggest table. I think this table will have. Please, you can have a mic this year. Can you shout 1-1? Mike? 1-2. Okay. 1-2. In 1-1? I'll start it in 1-1.
Ladies first.
Technology as an accelerator.
technology
Which is
and
an-
accelerator, we can go to the corner.
The corner table.
Yes, the corner table. One word, loudly.
Please.
Transformer.
Transformer. I can come here this table.
Oh, okay. Volunteer.
Paperless.
Paperless. Thank you.
Here.
Yes,
Digital.
digital. Aha. Let's see this table here.
There's one table here with a lot of cameras.
One word.
Sacco Summit Craft Silicon.
Let's move to
Yes.
the last two tables.
A lady.
Digital.
Digital.
The CEO of Craft Silicon.
Nimble.
Then lastly,
Lastly, people with phones.
AI.
AI.
can you give yourself a clap and take your seat? Our next presenter is going to explore Sharia compliant banking model, empowering faith-based circles with the ethical, inclusive digital services. And I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Saliani. Can we give a clap to Dr. Saliani?
Because of the mic. We're recording for the mic.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going to give us some insight about Islamic banking.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Dr. Mohammed Idris again. I'm the head of Islamic Bank. As I say Assalamu alaikum, some of you may have understood what it means. But it actually means in translation, the peace and blessings of the Almighty be upon all of us here. And I pray that as we are gathered today, we are going to be able to As we are gathered here today, I hope and pray that you will take home some learning solutions which you'll share with your teams going forward. Now, as we must have heard about Islamic banking, we always have a few questions. But there is one question I would like to ask you. How many of us would like to improve our total portfolio, all right, by at least 11 to 13%? How many of us? Your whole Sacco group, you want to increase it in a snapshot like that by 11 to 13%. How? How many? One more time? Great. I see that quite a big chunk of this room is looking forward to grow, right? Now, there is one market which has been untapped by the Saccos. Is there any Islamic Sacco present here today? Unfortunately not. Any Sacco which is having an Islamic window here today? 1, 2. That's it. In a whole big room, we only have 2 Saccos which have an Islamic window. Now, this is a market we have not tapped in as Kenya, as East Africa. Very few banks in Kenya have an Islamic window. This is why it is very key to understand first what is Islamic finance and what is Islamic banking and what is an Islamic Sacco. Islamic principles clearly state about not selling money. How do you sell money? If I give you 100 shillings and you give me 120 after a period of time, I have in context sold you 100 shillings at 20 bob. That is what is forbidden. So how do Islamic banks make money or Islamic Saccos make money? They function on the perspective of trade, not on the perspective of debt. So how do they transact on trade? They transact on trade by making sure that any lending which is done is backed by an asset which is either a good or a service. which is priced with an additional markup, which is the common centralized pricing of your percentage rating. So if you're lending at approximately, let's say 10% or 15% over a year, okay, use that same markup for that tenure plus your cost of your asset which you have procured. Now, when we look at the Islamic perspectives, it is not key, it is not different from profitability which you will make, all right, as an Islamic Sacco or a Sacco with an Islamic window, but eventually you will have improved and grown your market base or your customer base by at least 11 to 13%. Now, you must have heard some terminologies whereby there's some Arabic terms whereby you don't understand how do they trade. Let me take you a little bit of back in history. 1400 years ago, there were no banks. That's when Islam was actually propagated and brought into practice. What happened back then is that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he transacted in the trade environment, all right? And those trade contracts which were generated back then, or engagements back then, are the ones which are being used today, 1400 years down. Now, the whole principle about that kind of trade is to make sure that you have fairness to all parties involved. How do you have fairness to all parties involved? This is whereby the whole perspective comes that each and every individual who is engaged within that contract earns in a fair manner. There is no oppression on any party involved. This is because that the transcripts or scripts mention that when you're doing fairness and justice, and so shall you be fared or dealt with justly. Now, coming down to the key contracts which I will mention about what we have in our system here today. We do have a system which is integrating as an Islamic Sacco software with all channels available, which is from internet banking, mobile banking, including also normal agency banking as well. It is no different. The whole idea is, as myself and my team, make sure that all processes as far as Sharia processes are concerned are being applied into the system and being managed correctly. So I will mention to you one more concept here is called leasing, which is commonly used within the Islamic finance concept. Just for you to take home. Islamic leasing is called ijara, I-J-A-R-A. This is whereby you can lease an asset just the way you are becoming a tenant with your landlord over a period of time. You can stay in that house for 20 years or 50 years, all right, and eventually leave that house because maybe your family is also grown up, right? And you need to expand, you need to move to a bigger house. You can either do that, or you have a preset agreement with your landlord that over a period of 20 years, I'll make sure that I will eventually pay you enough so that I will have bought out this house. So there is a normal lease, which is a standard lease, and there's the other lease whereby you have lease ending with ownership. So eventually you become the owner. Typical, common, practical, conventional systems of hire purchase. Yes, that is permissible, but there are certain rules and regulations whereby if you're doing a lease, you cannot change the contract midway. So as far as Sharia is concerned, there are certain rules and regulations for financial contracts which we make sure are applied. Not only on the system, but we also help SACCOs and Islamic banks to make sure that their processes as they are practicing are also Sharia compliant. So the real impact is about trust. It's not about just one-way traffic or you imposing some trade transactions. In this place of Islamic financial engagements or Islamic financial contracts, you make sure that each and every party involved trusts the other, and there is a fairness and a clear transcription of what you are engaging in. So with this little bit of snapshot I've given you in a short while, I humbly request you to understand that not only do we just provide a solution, but we also provide advisory If you're interested in also looking at having a typical Islamic window or having an Islamic section totally separate, we'll be here to help you with that. Thank you so much, and I hope you have something to take home.
Very good presentation. You know, one of the they are find what's like growth, diversification, new products, new services, and I believe this faith-based product is one of the opportunities that you can exploit. And the background, the values, the principles of the Ijara, trust, and most of you know that trust is the currency of relationship. Trust is the currency of growth. So once again, can you give a clap to Dr. Sayani for that brief? To move on, I know today, your members, they expect access. They expect convenience. They expect flexibility. I'm honored to invite Dennis so that in the simplest way how we can ensure access and convenience. Welcome, Dennis. Can we give a clap to Dennis?
Good morning. I'm Dennis Kyogo. I'm a senior expert working with Craft Silicon on alternate channel. So today we are going to explore alternate channels, or in short, omni-channels. So to begin with, I know you all want your members to access these channels anytime or any day. You can imagine your members accessing these. Yes. Okay, you can hear me? Okay. Okay, I can proceed. You can all hear me? Check.
You know, every time technology fails, I feel nice. You know why?
Icon.
When you click the first button to start Windows 95, it bombed out. And then the old Windows 95 became so big. So I'm also hoping that as this thing is bombed out, this thing also becomes so big.
Okay, I think I can proceed. So I was saying that with me, I'm bringing in omni-channels. Omni-channels, it means the alternate channels or the channels that you can use for the Sacco and for your members. And we have a couple of channels. We have mobile banking, we have USSD, we have POS. So these are the channels that I think we should onboard for giving convenience to our members. So you can imagine all your members having access to these channels. The much they can do, the transaction they can push daily. Thank you for that. Yeah. So we are coming in with Thank you. So as channels in Craft Silicon, we have a couple of channels that we offer banks and SACCOs. And we have, I've mentioned, we have mobile banking, we have internet banking, we have WhatsApp banking, we have USSD. And these are channels that I think SACCOs and banks can expose to their members to just give them convenience anytime and any day. I think my biggest term today will be convenience. What channels offer is convenience. We want our members to be able to access these services 24/7 at any place, and even in diaspora. So our channels enables you even to access these services when you are even in the rural area, and that's where now the USSD come in. And even when you're in diaspora, we have internet banking and all that. And inside that, we offer, we give convenience, and inside those channels, we have many services that we offer. We don't just give the channels as USSD without some features inside. So as channels, we come in with many features that enables, gives convenience to these members in terms of they can view their balances in real time in case there is a deposit to either their FOSA or even their BOSA. So we also have capability of even viewing the statement immediately. Once a transaction happens, you are able even to view the same on statement. And not just savings, we also give ability for you to be able to even do bill payments. We have a couple of bill payments that can be onboarded in your application. I know you have applications that are currently running, either USSD, mobile banking, or internet banking. But we bring in more features on the channels to enable you to give your members convenience. There's no need of them going miles to pay their water bills, to pay their KPLC. So at the comfort of your home, you are able to make this payment, be it DSTV, GoTV, and all these payments. And we as Craft Silicon, we are aggregators. We have all these bills in one. So we are able to expose the same to all the SACCOs and even banks for the customers to enjoy. Besides that, our Omni-channels comes handy with also loans module, which are well digitized, the long term and also the short term. And when I'm talking of channels, I'm cutting across mobile banking and internet banking, and even USSD. USSD, you can access the short-term loans, and for internet banking and mobile banking, you can even access the long-term loans. And they are digitized in a way that if we need probably your ID for a loan, you are able even to do a scan, and you're able to submit your ID details, and your loan will be approved. We also have other services like you're able even to guarantee or even view your guarantors. You're able even to monitor the payment, who is active and who is not paying. So all those features we embed on the mobile banking. And just to add on that, our mobile banking is customizable. Our internet banking also is customizable as per your preference. And we are flexible to also like integrate with any core banking, be it Islamic banking, be it the core banking that you normally use for processing all these. And in addition, there are some features that I've noted, apart from the basic, which is probably withdrawing from your FOSA or probably withdrawing from your other type of accounts, be it BOSA and all that. There are some add-ons and some exciting features that I've noticed that the SACCOs are not adopting. One is the digital onboarding or self-registrations. Those are some of the activities that I've noticed that most of our members, they are walking to the branches day in, day out for those services. At this age and I think era, I think we need to digitize these services and bring them back to your sitting room with your devices, be it your laptop, be it your mobile banking, be it your and I think most of the the reason that it's brought in is security. For us at Cross Silicon and on Channels team, we bring these services and we ensure that there is security in every tap that you go through. I was mentioning some of the services that I've noted that Sacco members are not onboarding, or Sacco institutions that are not onboarding. We have EFT and RTGS. Those are services that I think they have taken flight with banks, and I think it's some services that we can integrate and offer these services to all the SACCOs. I've also noted, though I think a couple of institutions they're adopting, is checkbook applications. I think these are some of the services that you can as well apply from your mobile banking or internet banking. And also another, I think, money moving service is Till or Pay Bill to Business. I think you need to empower your members to access these services. So what happens is that we do an aggregation with the MNO to offer you these tills, and then you can give them to your members. Once you give them to your members, customers can come and do payments to those specific tills. I know they are everywhere, but mostly I see their aggregation from the banks. I think it's something that I think SACCOs can also adopt. And I think money will be coming in via charges and other, I think, options. And also, we also have fixed deposits. I think fixed deposits also are services that, fixed deposit statements are services that I think you can also access from the channels, be it mobile banking and also internet banking, and you're able to download and even view all the statements. So in addition to that, what we bring as channels, we don't just bring a SACCO that empowers the members to save. We should also save even time. So with these channels, you can imagine having this access at any place. You are able to transact, you're able to push a transaction from one place to another, saving time without like queuing and even filling paper forms. So these are, we bring on board like channels that are digitized in a way that you don't need to fill papers for you to get a loan. You are able to digitally apply these and proceed. In addition to that, we also are sensitive on data-driven decision-making. Once we receive this data, we are able even to give the members or the admin or you SACCOs analytics of the data that we are collecting based on the transaction and all that. So we have tools which are business intelligent to know that most of the transactions that are pushed is loans. And who are these people pushing loans? So with that one, you're able to make even a smarter decision in terms of giving credits and even sending notifications to even that targeted market or that targeted customer. Moving forward, also I would like us to also expand or include all members in the rural area and also in the urban area. Those are the banked and unbanked. The people who don't have an account, they can be empowered to even open an account remotely or from the comfort of where they are, and even the people who are underbanked. That means that people who don't have these extra services. I know most of the services, I think, for SACCOs is just savings and probably withdrawing to your wallet. So we need to expand and even increase these services to give convenience. And I underlined my keyword was convenience. Give convenience to these members to be able to enjoy these services with ease. Moving forward, also we have transparency. I think this one we have talked even from Islamic and even from the other channels. Transparency is key, more so in channels. Once you have these channels, you are able even to have control and even control many things. You are able to see balances. Longer days when people used to walk to agents, though again, agent is part of our solution, to just view their balances. Give them access to get real-time balances. In case there is any deposit to this, we are able to get balances and also even alerts. And we as channels, when we provide these channels, be it internet banking and mobile banking and USSD and WhatsApp, we are able even to give you a management module that enables you to view all the requests that are coming in. Is it onboarding that is coming in right now? You are able to view it. Is it transactions? You are able to give real-time transactions. Once you make a transaction right now, you are able even to get a dashboard showing you like all the transactions coming in within a second, and failure reasons. These reports will help you even to serve your members conveniently and with ease, and even I think members now will get certified and all that. So we give real-time reports, we give admin or management system, and also we give transparency in terms of a transaction committed, there is an alert sent to either the sender and the recipient. We ensure that this one, it's a seamless process when you are using our channel. And also in terms of security, we are on top. In terms of security, we have many authentication methods of the devices. We are able to get the device details from where you are and even the location. So I'm able to tell that you are transacting from Garissa or Mombasa or that. So with our channel, we are able to even get these details just to know your customer. Know your customer. That's KYC. Yeah, so it's a tap. Every tap, as I said, it's protected. So we also have modern, resilient, and engagement. So I've noticed that the Gen Z, or probably the millennials, they are not adopting this Sacco thing. I think we need to also build a culture of enlightening or probably training them and the benefits of this. And for channels, that's the reason why we come now with these smart features or digitized, I think, features, just to suit not only the elderly, but even the Gen Z. Because Gen Z don't expect them to dial those USSD codes. They're expecting a smartphone. They're expecting like a digital platform. So once you come in with this mobile, you come with this internet banking, once they interact with it, it is. So that's the reason why we need to build modern and resilient and engage all the members. In a balanced perspective, I think I've also touched on that. We have the elderly, where we give them a training and all that. And also in terms of infrastructure, we expose both application, internet banking, and even USSD. And we are able even to host these applications on our side or even on our premises in a securely manner. And just to sum up, I think one of the items that I had noted with concern is onboarding. Most of the onboarding, I think, most SACCOs, I think they do paperwork. We have digital platforms or digital applications that can ease these onboarding processes without us submitting dirty data, without us submitting dummy data and all that. So I wanted to briefly showcase some of these digital tools that we have implemented quickly.
Hello. As he's preparing, please, let's keep watch, okay? So we have something small to share with you, and my colleague wants to show you how we have moved to that age.
So I think almost all of us, I think the presenters, the fellow presenters, we have talked about AI. we have not just talked about it. It's something that we have done and we have implemented even with the banks and also other SACCOs. So with me, it's just an application that supports this AI. And this AI, I think it can come to many places. Be it you want to register, be it you want to onboard, be it you want to register or you want to onboard members. We need data that is clean. We need an authenticated data. So with this, with your smartphone, again, the channel that I was talking about, you are able to onboard members and you are able to get all the details that you need without going the hassle of filling the paperwork and also even writing somewhere on the system. So what you need is just a smartphone and your ID card. And with this one, we are able to integrate with other vendors or other service provider like IPRS and all that, just to authenticate in an easy way. Let's take, for instance, you want to onboard. I've just provided these details, and this one is just customizable. So I want to submit this ID card. This is my national ID. I'm able to submit it to either of the core banking that we'll provide. We are going to integrate, and I'm able to submit the ID, the picture, and both the information that is inside here. As simple as just taking a picture of this ID. I'll take my front ID. Let me quickly do that.
I want you to see take the ID out, take the ID out.
Yes.
You see the red line? Because there is no ID. Somebody cannot just put some picture and take a photo. When the ID comes inside here, and if it's a valid ID, this one becomes green. Take
Correct.
it, take it. This is all artificial intelligence. Can you see it became green? Because it now knows that it's an ID.
Yes. So we go to those level of ensuring that we give accurate. And that's what I was saying, that we need not only just to give dirty data, we need to give accuracy. So with that one you have seen, when I take my camera off the ID, it turns red. And when I take it back, it gives me a thumbs up. It gives me a green light to proceed and take a picture. And the same happens even with, I cannot even scan your driving license. It's almost similar to this. So we're able to even scan this ID and extract this information from either the ID or even the passport. So I'll proceed and even tap, scan the back of my ID. Similar case, when I'm not focusing, it's red. So you cannot take anything. When I come back, it will turn green. Amazing. Then the presentation, it will be like that. And then what happens is, I will not key in any detail. I'll just submit, and through our AI, which is an inbuilt model that we can give or offer to you, it will scan everything, even where I belong. Is a rural area. Uko Shago. It will scan and give me accurate feedback. This is a good validation. It's not yet in the screen. Okay, that one had not come to the screen. I had gotten ID mismatch because there is an ID that I had submitted, typed in manually, and the ID that I had scanned. So they did not match the number. So those are the validation that we bring in. Just a minute. It's loading slowly. So what had happened is that the ID that I had provided on this screen and the ID that I captured didn't match. So let me quickly fill with the correct ID. This is my mobile number. Check the terms. I go to the OTP screen. Then I'll go back to the ID. Now I know I've captured the accurate ID. When it's not clear, you'll have to take a clear one. Take now the back.
We are also confirming that the ID has to be clear for us to be able to save that particular information into your database. So
Correct,
whatever you're capturing, it has to be clear depending on how you're capturing it.
Yes, so the ID that I submitted, the one that has been scanned, they match. So I'm able even now to see all these details, and at least you know where I come from.
So all these details are automatically picked up from the ID. He has not filled up anything.
Correct.
What we have also done for your diaspora customers, if they have a Kenyan passport, they can also scan the Kenyan passport like this. One very interesting thing that we have done on Kenyan passport is give me the phone. That our Kenyan passport has a chip inside. You know that? There is a small chip. So he doesn't even need to scan. He just does like this. He taps the phone to his passport. It will read the data from that chip and populate everything. You know, guys, are we not proud of Kenyan innovation? This thing didn't came from India. This thing came from here. Huh?
So yes, in addition to that, after I have submitted, there is also a pretty part here, which I should also showcase, where we are able also to go to that extra mile or validating the image that is on this and my face. So we do a comparison. It's an extra validation, an extra security. So I cannot just like take another photo of someone else and my ID. They won't match. It will fail. So I'm able also to take a selfie. Watch this. You can see there are some guidelines that I'm getting up there. And those guidelines speaks a lot. It's not just wordings there. You can see right now it's red. It's commanding me to slightly turn my head. The reason why it's commanding me, it wants motion, it wants movement. Let me try to turn. Great. It has given me a green light, so it's good.
Because it must be a live person. So you don't want to take a picture, his picture and his ID, and then continue. So it has to be a live person. That's why it tells him to move. You know, us Indians, we move ahead like this. So for us, the capturing was much quicker than his head.
Yes, so basically that one is for the purposes of matching the ID and also the face that you have taken. So they have to match. And you have some features which are common so that it will give a threshold. If it's probably 80%, you'll be able to proceed. If it's not 80%, depending on the threshold, or it's not clear enough, you're able to retake, or probably it will fail at that point. So those are the enhancements that we have brought on board.
So this photo that is here must match with the IPRS 100%, because this is the photo that comes from IPRS.
Correct.
It matches 100%. But this photo and his picture may not match 100% because maybe this was taken a few years back.
Sure, true.
So it will still match, but the match will be like 80, 90%. So as long as the threshold is up to 80% or so, it accounts open immediately. If the threshold is lesser, then it comes from manual approval.
Correct. So in addition to that, apart from the ID, we are able to scan any document that you bring to us. You give us a matter of a week, and we are able to train our models and our AI tools to even scan that details and even deliver accurate information when needed and saved accurately. So don't we like these channels? Amazing. So it's not just technology, it's a mission enabler. Let's work to onboard these and give our members convenience at the comfort of even their bedrooms. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Simpigie makofi Dennis. Teknolojia katika hali yake ambayo inaonyesha uwezo wake. Na jambo ambalo anajaribu kuelezea hapa ni kwamba wateja wenu, members wenu wanataka huduma bora kwa urahisi wakati popote, mahali popote, kutumia mtandao yeyote. Situmpigie makofi. Kabla tujamkaribisha speaker mwenzetu, ningependa tusimame kidogo. Tunaelekea tukimalizia, ningependa tusimame kidogo, alafu tengeleza nafasi mzuri, alafu nataka tusome haya maneno yameandikwa hapa kwa sauti moja na kwa sauti ya juu. Can we speak this loudly? This word, Sacco Summit 2025. Can we do it? Tushakunywa chai. Aya, can we do it? Na tunaenda kufanya a small exercise. Nataka utatumia mwili yako kuandika hilo maneno. Sitaki kuona watu wanafanya hivi. Nataka kama kuona ni S, ni S. Kama ni A, ni A. Kama ni double C, ni C. Na tunataka tufanye kwa sekunde 30. 30 seconds. Can we do that? Are we ready? Okay, can we begin? S. A. C. Another C. An O. I want to see, guys. An S. And then the way it's written, you see the S. And then you go. An M. Another M. An I. Hey, what kwa kona huko I'm not seeing. Can we do there? An I. A T. Then we finish by 2025. Okay, give yourself a clap. Thank you so much. Our final showcase includes our agency banking, so that our Sacco can access without new branches. There will be a small talk about AI, where we'll be able to see a chatbot for member inquiries. We'll be able to look at AI credit scoring engineer, some ideas about that. And the team to lead this discussion, I'm pleased to invite Moses. Can we give a clap to Moses? Karibu Moses.
Good morning, everyone. Just a small recap of what we have gone through today, okay? So that we can be at par. If you look at it, the Sacco solutions with ERP by Arthur. Arthur is our seasoned banker also, over 25 years. So what we have, this is a small survey which we have done on our customers. Sacco solution with ERP, in the first 2 years, 22.5% efficiency. Ni kusonga mbele, si ndio? Okay? If we look at channels whereby we can open account everywhere, anywhere, agent services, empowering the community, if we look at that, within 2 years, 35% customer onboarding. Transactions. Imagine I don't have to go to a banking hall now. I can do everything. Even here, I'm so sure some of you are also doing transactions. True or false? Because I'm seeing almost everyone has touched their phone. Na sio kuangalia peke yake, kuna mahali pesa inaenda through. Si ndio? And last but not least, ijara, istisna, mudaraba, watu wengine mko mnajua words kama hizo, si ndio? Kule kwa kona, si ndio? At least leo tume-learn. So, with that, we have Dr. Saliani, who's he's a doctor, okay? Na pia, he's a Sharia certified auditor, and we are also doing, okay, advisory. So if you want, I'm so sure, the moment he asked how many of you are doing Sharia compliant products, there are only 3 SACCOs. So we want to, at least, you are able now to onboard those particular segments of Muslim society so that you can also have products for them. Okay? One more thing. Hapa tuna words which they confuse us. Kuna digitization and digitalization. Sindio? Digitization, what does it mean? The brown lady.
Digitization, I'd say, is being able to move from the traditional way, moving now to a modern way of banking or doing things.
Umemsikia? Have you heard her? Umemsikia? What is digitalization?
Mostly almost the same thing, but possibly maybe automating most of the manual processes to more efficient processing using the technology.
Correct. Tuko sawa? You have had AI, you have had digitization, you have had transformation. So, digitization is a process of converting information, okay, from analog to digital. Sawa sawa, she's very correct. Digitalization is the broader concept, okay? We are very correct. Using digital technology, okay, to create new value. And that's what you are doing here. Using AI components in our products. Sawa sawa, my name is Moses Murage. I'm the head of business, sales and marketing at Craft Silicon. Okay, I will start my presentation now, if you permit me. Good morning, everyone. Kama you still feel that you have room in your stomach, I think there's still plenty of bitings going on. They have been paid for. We are not asking anything from you. Sawa sawa? Okay? Tuanze. So for me, I'll start, what if the Sacco knew what's coming before it happens? Okay? You know, for us in Craft Silicon, we are our digital partners. Anything to do with digital, please let us do it. You focus on your business in Sacco. Sawa sawa. I'm sure most of you here have had problems. When you move to meetings, when you go into gatherings and all that, mnaulizwa, dividends imekuwa pesa ngapi? You start scratching your head. True or false? Sindio? You want to know the risk element for your members, the loans which are not being paid on time. You want to know which products are selling. Kuna watu wa business hapa. Sindio? Which products are selling? Which products are not selling? Okay? We are looking at that aspect. Okay? So now, we want to make that particular process easier with analytics. Okay? With analytics, what you are doing we are trying to make all this information in a more convenient and quicker way to interpret. So that in the evening, when you are just relaxing, okay, you are able to know which areas should I concentrate, okay, in terms of what products should I give. You have heard about my colleague Dennis talking about channels, where you find there's a lot of uptake, nasio mulot, sindio? A lot of uptake of mobile. You can also open an agent there. So with this analytics, we are able now to know what is coming in future. We are able now to prepare ourselves in this. And with that, we are able now to know the productivity of the Sacco at any given time. Remember, this is real-time information, and this is what we are doing for you. We have to start thinking outside the box so that we can be able now to give our customers what they need. Sawa? Okay? Imagine you're a Sacco member and you get an SMS to tell you that you can borrow up to 100,000 at ease. It's not money you're giving them. It's what you have gone through your account to see. Whatever you are able to pay. We know what your account at any particular time can be able to accommodate. Okay? Faster loan processing. I don't need to start queuing, filling in forms, okay, for me to get a loan. Immediately, through my phone, I can have a limit where I can consume anytime. I have an emergency at home, okay? I have school fees to pay. I have something to buy on emergency basis. I have a mobile application. The AI in analytics is able now to do all that work for you. Are we clear? Okay? So we also have this option where I'm so sure the CFOs, we have quite a number of CFOs apart from our own CFO. Most of the time they get spreadsheets, okay? They get spreadsheet, then they start internalizing. What if we are paying salaries? What if members don't repay their loans? What if? There are so many what ifs. I think you have how many? 101 what ifs, right? So with that, we are able now to make all these particular spreadsheets into a more convenient way, whereby at any particular time, I'm able now to know my standard performance of the institution, okay? We're also looking at behavior, so you can also have a pattern to say, for example, in a certain area, they consume certain products apart from other areas. Ukienda huko Central, pengine ni kahawa. Ukienda Rift Valley, it's coffee. Sindio? You go to Mombasa, you find sisal. So you find that we have specific patterns for specific areas, and that is analytics for you. Okay? We also have fraud detection. So we're able to know if someone has tried to attempt logging in with various passwords. We are trying to shut down abnormalities. Kama unachukua maybe 3,000 every frequent, let's say the second 3,000, we also have to put a stop or do a confirmation. The same thing which happens to your M-Pesa also. The second time you're doing the same amount, it has to stop you because it thinks maybe you're doing a fraud. Okay? So we also have to make sure that the cash flows, okay, we are predicting maybe towards the end of the month, we know that there's a pattern where we also have to have more money in the safe so that we can be able now to pay and all. And there's one thing which our group CEO usually tells us. Data is, what did you say? Data is? Now, you want to say, data is money, but speed is the new gold. Why? Whatever information you have to act on it. Remember, things are moving very fast. So whatever information data you have, you also have to make sure that you utilize that information into a more convenient way. Okay?
Also, I think as a Sacco, you guys now need to have a culture of accepting failures and learning from failures. Failure is not a bad thing, but when you fail, you learn from there. As a tech company, when we come up with a new product, you might say, oh, this will work, not work, let me do this, let me check that. By the time you are checking all that long list, the train has already gone. So let's try and embrace the culture of trying out new things. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, we continue and move on. Because same way, when M-Pesa came in, nobody knew it was going to work or not. If you look at Michael Joseph's, those early days interviews, he was not even sure that somebody would even use that. But they still tried it out, and today it became a success. Same as us, we have tried so many products. For example, Little. When we launched, nobody was sure whether it will work or not. Today, it's one of the most successful app in the country. So I think you guys also must embrace the culture of trying out new things.
Thank you. Moving on, as I mentioned earlier, that we have done, in these 6 months, we have tried approximately 12 products in the market. What I've taken up, there are like 4 of them. So we started with analytics. I'm moving to the next one, okay? What if members could afford more? What if your members could afford more? So I have some statistics which I have done in my own personal capacity. Between 60 and 80% we have done impulse buying. True or false? Ukienda supermarket, you buy something which you did not intend to buy. And if you're in the company of the other side, you know what it means. Sindio? Most men, they take their female counterparts to shopping, then they sit somewhere. Sindio? Wanangojea bill. Sindio? Ama you give your card. Ile SMS inakuja, okay? You know what has happened before. Sindio? So 60 to 80% they do impulse buying. Now look at the breakdown of that. Between 18 years and 35 years, which is the more of the Gen Z and the millennials, 78% of them have done impulse buying. And if you look at it, within that particular bracket, most of them don't have a highly paying job. They have normal, and that's the target. Kwa sababu we are so used that SACCOs are for wazee. True or false? Sindio, James, Mr. James. Si SACCO ni ya wazee. We want to change that narrative. SACCO is for everyone. So we also want to target between 18 years to 35 years. And that's why if you look at it, we also have the millennials who are also leading us in some of these channels, products, okay? Now, I need something. I've gone to the supermarket, to the shop. I want to buy something, and I don't have money. I'm a farmer. Rains have started, okay? Nimeenda kwa agrovet. I don't have money. What do? Spot it. Spot it. On the spot, the system allows you with a limit to get what you want. Imagine that. Instant. Spot it. This is different from buy now, pay later. We are more advanced now. Okay? We don't need paperwork. We can sponsor you up to 100%. Remember, all this is done by AI. Whatever I started with, AI has already given you a limit. So the moment you walk into a shop of agrovet, you want fertilizers, you want seedlings, umeenda pale Supreme, you want a bed, you want a TV. Imagine that. I'm able to get it on the spot. Okay? And I'm able now to grade myself, whereby I can have monthly installments at my own convenience. The system is able to let you know, decide what is more convenient for you to pay at any particular month. That's the beauty about it, okay? And we're also encouraging local commands. Hapo kwa region, the same region, okay? You can walk in, buy whatever you have to buy on the spot, and you are also munajijenga, as in the community is building up. Sindio? How beauty is that? Sacco mottos, Sacco strategies, financial inclusion. I'm so sure in every strategy paper, year in, year out, kuna hiyo word, sindio? Financial inclusion. Sindio, Diana? Okay? Short repayments. So within that, you are able now to pay short. You are also having cash inflows from your side. And if you look at it, remember, atusahau wazee, we are also doing USSD. Mulika Mwizi can also access the same services. We are not looking at only mobile apps, iOS, Android, sijui Huawei, apana, hata ile Mulika Mwizi ya 900 shillings. We are able to give that particular service to that low-end farmer, to be able to have something to plant for the rainy season, so that in the final end, they are better in what they do, okay? And we also have the structures. Remember, there is a merchant integrations. That is also part of your customers. Remember, money is not going anywhere. It is just money in your same Sacco. In terms of merchants and your members, money is just flowing in inside your Sacco, okay? So Spotit is more than BNPL, and it's member, dignity, digital growth, and Sacco relevance. Tuko pamoja? Are we together? Now, I know this is a very sensitive area. 50% of us who are employed at any particular time, lazima tutembelee finance office. Why? Salary advance. Kweli urongo? Kweli urongo? Nobody takes advance salary here. You are highly paid, well paid. Which Sacco is that? Okay? What if payday wasn't a barrier anymore? Okay? School fees. This is a practical Kenyan example. Tukienda December, we forget we have school fees in January. When you meet anyone around between 31st na 10th, kidogo, hey, mambo ni ngumu, natafuta school fees. I'm looking for school fees at any particular time. And that is true. It's not that we have forgotten, but it's our pattern. Okay? Medical bills, sometimes you don't plan for it. Okay? Mtu amekuwa mgonjwa, you need to chip in. Okay? So we need that particular convenience. Now, the system allows you to be able to pick whatever is due up to now. So for example, today is what date? 10th. I can conveniently pick my adversary up to yesterday. Meaning, hata nikitoka leo kwa ofisi, bado atanilipa up to yesterday. Si ndio ni kweli? So with this, we have instant money which you can access. And imagine it's very instant. And you can decide, I don't want for 9 days, I just want for 2 days to clear up my issues. Hiyo ya hapo. Okay? Whatever is required is what we need. This, remember, we are also using AI. Okay? We are also using USSD option, and we are also moving with mobile application. We are not forgetting anyone. We are not leaving anyone behind. We are going with everyone. Sawa sawa. This has minimal documents. Remember, this particular application, you can also give to your customers. I'm sure you have customers who bank with you, who have employees. They can also access these particular services. What you do, the beauty about it, you are attaching it to their salary, which is processed every month. So immediately I take my loan, advance salary in this matter, it is updated to my payroll. So whenever I'm processing the salary at the end of the month, this amount of money has already been deducted. Remember, we are also using a third rule so that we don't overburden the workers also, okay? So this is a very low default risk because you are sure you're going to get your payment. This is automatic. And you have a small convenience, a fee, which is also your income, okay? And remember, there are so many apps. Kuna Tala, Kuna Branch, Kuna all that. So with this, you're reducing that aspect whereby your members, your customers are going outside your Sacco to get money, whereby we have all these services in your Sacco. So you find that we also have a pattern of how they spend, okay? This is ideal for civil servants, teachers, employees, okay? Hata wale watu wa, they call, watu wa kahawa, boom, ni boom mama, ili wanapata. Bonus. We can also attach bonus to this particular service, okay? What to watch? Remember, a third rule is also taken into effect. Liquidity pressures, delayed payroll. Those are some of the things which you also have to look at it. And that burden, please, leave it to us. We are going to craft for you a solution which you require at any particular time, okay? So with that, I think I've touched on some of the latest products which you already have, and we are ready to connect with you. We are ready to have these solutions directly connected to your system, and you can start. Remember, we are fearing to fumble. You fumble, you wake up, you move. You fall, you wake up, you move, until we get it right. True or false? Even when you're starting to walk, I'm so sure you didn't wake up and start walking. You had to fall. And that's what we are doing. Thank you. Okay. So now, we also have been talking about all these solutions. So I'd also like for you to see something in reality, okay? We also have a small presentation. Remember, tumeongea wale, sisi ni wale wazee wa sasa ni vijana wa kitambo. Sindio? The Gen Zs of yesterday. We also want the Gen Zs of today to show us what they have also. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Vivek and Madam Simran. Hey. Hello. Hello. Gabriel. Kumeendaje? And we'll still wake up and move, sindio? Okay. Oh, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Moses. That was very exciting, isn't it? You know, we have many solutions as Craft Silicon. We have been doing this for many years. We have talked about mobile banking. We have talked about internet banking. We have talked about many other solutions. Now, recently we launched the Spot It. But now I'm going to introduce you to the most exciting solution that we have. So attention everyone, please, I want all your attention now because this is going to excite you. Of course, we have heard about ChatGPT, right? Who has heard about ChatGPT? Everyone uses ChatGPT. And where was it developed? It was developed in USA. Then came in Elon Musk, the famous Elon Musk right now. He then launched something called Grok AI. Then came up Facebook, Llama, AI. If you notice, all these solutions and AIs that I've talked about are all developed in USA. And probably this is a worrying factor, that all the technology that is coming up, innovations are all coming from the Western side. So we are proud to announce that in Kenya, we have now developed our open API called Smalltalk, right? So we should be all proud of Smalltalk, because Smalltalk is a Kenyan product. So if someone asks you that Kenyans only consume technology, that is wrong. We don't consume, but we build technology. And we have an exciting demo, and I'll give it in to Mr. Kamal to discuss and share more details about Smalltalk. Thank you, everyone.
So what we have, a quick one, is the user interface today is you open your computer, you click there, you open your mobile app, you touch here, touch there. That's the user interface. That's how you talk to the technology. But what now world is saying, and if you listen to all these gurus in AI and who are futuristic visionaries, they all say that user interface is going to change. The user interface, how humans will interact with the technology, is going to be the voice. Because once you start interacting with the technology with the voice, you don't need to give training. Today you launch a new product and you need to train your users how to use that technology. But once you put it on voice, no training is required. He wants his account balance. You don't need to go and tell him, okay, log in here, do this, press this button here, you'll get the balance. Open it up to the voice and everything that's how the new user interface is. So we have launched this new product called Smalltalk. That is just like ChatGPT and the other. It's a language model that understands what you speak, goes to your core banking system, does whatever it needs to be done, and gives you the reply without you needing to press some buttons here and there. It is still in a pilot phase, but I still want to present that today, and I just hope it works and it doesn't bomb out. So we have two versions of it. First, let me bring in Simran to do a presentation. Mind well, it is voice, so there is nothing to see here. You can remove yeah, okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Simran. I'm the Gen Z consultant at Craft Silicon. So they've explained pretty well what Smalltalk is. It's basically ChatGPT, but it's personalized for the customers. It's personalized for you, for your end customers. So I'll just show you a small demo. I hope it works. Fingers crossed, please. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, but no worries, I'm sure.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, but I have to say, I'm not too sure about your savings, though. They might need a little extra love. How can I help you today?
What is my account balance?
Your account balance is 7,350 Kenyan shillings, which is definitely enough for some choma this weekend. Just don't invite the whole neighborhood.
All right, can I take a loan?
I wish I could say yes, but since you took a loan just a couple of weeks ago, we can't offer you another one right now. But hey, you can always ask your father for a little help, right?
No, that's all right. All right, based on my spending, do you have any tips on how I can save better?
Absolutely. Well, for starters, maybe skip that extra coffee today and pack lunch instead of eating out. And hey, if you're driving everywhere, consider using a little cab to save on fuel. Little changes can make a big difference.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And remember, don't buy that fourth coffee today. We're on a mission to save. You've got this. And good luck with your demo.
So let me explain you what happened here. First of all, she logged into her mobile banking app. When he logs into the mobile banking app, there is nothing like you go this button here, the cash M-Pesa is here, the pay bills is here, the balance, no, nothing is there. When you log into the mobile banking, it's just a blank screen, say something. Whatever she speaks, that's what get answered. If she asks her balance, gives the balance. He said, do this transaction. Wherever an authentication is required, for example, if she does a transaction and for that authentication is required, a screen will come just to put in the PIN. That's all. Now you might say you have customers, this is English, and why should it only be English? So I also want to now, the same product is available in all Kenyan languages, be it Swahili, Kikuyu, Kambas, Luos, Luyas, I don't know, any language you speak, system, we are configuring the system to understand any Kenyan language, and not just a normal language, it can also understand slang. Kenyans like mixing English, Swahilis, slangs here and there. It understands everything because it was not designed by somebody sitting in the US, it was designed by somebody right here in our country. So Moses?
Kumbukeni, sisi ni wazee wa zamani, wa sasa, Gen Z. Jambo.
Jambo, nafurahi kukuona. Uko tayari kuendelea na demo au kuna jambo lingine unahitaji kujua?
Ningependa kujua salio lilioko kwa akaunti zangu.
Sawa, salio lako kwa sasa ni shilingi 77,400. Kama kuna kitu kingine unachotaka kujua, niambie tu.
Ningependa kujua kama naweza pata mkopo kwa sasa.
Ndio, unaweza kupata mkopo wa hadi shilingi 22,200 papo hapo kulingana na muamala zako za akaunti. Kama ungependa kuendelea na ombi la mkopo, niambie tu nami nitakusaidia.
Niko na dharura fulani hapa na ningependa kupata loan ambayo ni kwa sasa hivi. Naweza pata pia hiyo?
Ndio, unaweza kupata mkopo wa dharura kupitia huduma yetu ya Chap Loans, ambapo unaweza kukopa hadi shilingi 10,000 mara moja kupitia simu yako. Ukihitaji hilo, niambie tu ili tuendelee na mchakato.
Nasikia mchakato. Sasa ningependa kujua kama niko na fixed deposit pia na siku gani pia inaweza kuwa mature.
Ndio, una fixed deposit ya shilingi 505 na imekwisha pata riba ya shilingi 11,140. Hii fixed deposit itakomaa tarehe 10 mwezi ujao. Kama kuna lingine lolote unahitaji kujua, niambie tu.
Ningependa kujua ni products gani mko nazo kwa sako yenu.
Tuna bidhaa kadhaa kwenye sako yetu ikiwemo akaunti za akiba binafsi, akaunti za biashara, bidhaa za mikopo mbalimbali ikiwemo mikopo ya dharura kama Chap Loans, na pia tuna fixed deposits kwa ajili ya uwekezaji wa muda maalum. Kama unahitaji maelezo zaidi kuhusu bidhaa yoyote, niambie tu.
Ningependa kujua kama kuna branches ama wakala mlizo nazo nchini Kenya.
Ndio, tuna matawi kadhaa nchini Kenya yakiwemo Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret na Nyeri. Pia tuna mtandao wa mawakala wapatao 200 kote nchini na tuna mipango ya kupanua zaidi katika miji mingine mikubwa. Kama unahitaji maelezo zaidi, niambie tu.
Asante sana kwa sasa. Ningependa kujua kwanza requirements zangu kama ningependa kupata loan sasa hivi. Nini inahitajika?
Ili upate loan, unahitaji kuwa mwanachama kwa angalau miezi mitatu, na akiba yako inapaswa kuwa angalau thuluthi moja ya kiasi unachotaka kukopa. Pia utahitaji kuwa na wadhamini watatu. Ukikidhi vigezo hivyo, utaweza kupata mkopo bila tatizo. Kama unahitaji msaada zaidi, niambie tu.
Asante sana kwa sasa.
Karibu sana. Kama kuna chochote kingine unahitaji, usisite kuniambia. Niko hapa kusaidia.
Imagine I was asking mixture of English and Swahili, products, fixed deposit. The system is understanding that and converting. I'm so sure 90% of you here don't know the Swahili name of agency. It's Wakala. 90% of you still don't know a third in Swahili. Theluthi moja. Yes, we are converting that even to your native language. Asanteni.
Wow. Can you give yourself so much clap for the demonstration? I believe there's one key component, and then the technology expert. Technology now is being humanized. They shared the experience where they listen to the voice. The solution that they're providing isn't a solution to make us comfortable here. It's a solution that we are going to make our customers more comfortable. I believe this must have been inspired you, the power of technology. So we are moving to our last part in the next 20 minutes, and then we close this part. Before we move, as they are preparing the setup here, where we're going to have a panel of discussion, I would like all of you to stand up. Now, please put the chairs inside, because these activities, I don't expect you to be there where you are. Put the chair and take space mapping so that you make sure it's very good. I don't want to see people falling. But you are free if I'll see you going even outside there, because there's an essence. Now, this is it's a small icebreaker, is an activity. It's called Mr. and Mrs. Right. Now, the simple instruction is this. When I'll be reading a story here, and where I will have the word right, I would expect you to move right. Are you getting? When you see I read the word left in the story, you move where? Left. Are we ready? Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about Mr. and Mrs. Right. I would like to tell you a story about Mr. and Mrs. Right. One evening, they were baking cookies, and Mrs. Wright suddenly shouted, "Oh no, there is no flour left. You will need to go out to the store right now. I can't believe you forgot to check the cupboard," grumbled Mr. Wright. "It will only take 20 minutes if you come right back. Go to the corner of the first and the second street and turn left at the stop sign. Then go 43rd Street and turn right. And the shop will be on your left," declared Mrs. Wright. As her husband left the house, Mr. Wright found the store and asked the assistant where could find the flour. The assistant pointed and said, "Go down and turn left. The flour and the sugar will be on your left." Mr. Wright made his purchase and walked right out the door. He turned left, but he couldn't remember where he had left his car. Suddenly he remembered he had driven Mrs. Wright's car, and the car was in the driveway at home, right where he had left. He finally found the right car, opened the trunk and put the flour right inside. Eventually, weary Mr. Wright found his way home. Mrs. Wright had been waiting impatiently. I thought you would be right back, she said. I left all the cooking ingredients on the kitchen counter and the cat has got into the milk. You have just to go right back to the shop again. Mr. Wright sighed. He had no energy left. I'm going right to the bed. And he said and left Mrs. Wright standing in the kitchen. Give yourself a clap. I believe that is a little energy that has prepared you for the next 20-15 minutes, because we are going to have quite exciting discussion. And our next is a panel of discussion, and the topic is digital transformation for cooperative union management. We are joined with 4 respectful, trailblazing Sacco leaders who have walked the digital journey. And I'll begin by introducing Mr. Joseph Mugume, the CEO of Able Sacco Uganda. Where are you? Please welcome. Give him a clap.
All the way from Uganda.
Uganda. Give him a clap. He has been 20 years in cooperative development, financial inclusion, and under his leadership, Able Sacco has scaled the impact across Uganda. Our next panelist is Dr. James Mbui, the CEO of Amica Sacco. Where is Dr. James Mbui? Can we give a clap?
From Muranga.
With over 30 years of experience, Dr. Mbui has led Amica into Tier 1 status while championing innovation and member empowerment. To join him is Mr. Simon Jenga, the CEO of K Unity Sacco, a corporate transformation expert with 28 years of leadership in finance, Sacco, and governance. And lastly, we'd welcome CPA Michael Kipkorir, the head of finance, Imarisha Sacco, known for strong controls and strategy. Michael leads the digital transformation efforts at Imarisha. Wapigia makofi wageni wetu wote.
All the way from Kericho.
Karibuni sana.
Karibuni.
Yes, you can sit anywhere.
Your microphone, please. Put it
Please,
on.
you can switch on a microphone. As they are setting up, nataka tuwapigie makofi. We will be having a conversation. Please listen, enjoy. I would encourage that if you have any question, pull up the piece of paper in the notebook you have, just draft to them. We'll be able to pick, and at the end we'll be able to see which one we can able. So you can address the question specific to one of the panelists. I'm joined with my colleague Moses, who will be co-moderating this session. So to begin, I'll give each of the participants, I have randomly just 2 seconds. They just give a story about their Sacco. And I think I'll start from the far end. CPA Michael, you've got 2 seconds, the story about your Sacco.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning once again. I'm glad this morning I'm seated here in front of my fellow cooperators, which is the industry that we understand best. As you've heard, my name is Michael Langat, Head of Finance, Imarisha Sacco. And so thank you for this invitation to share our insights and my insights. I'm here with my colleagues. They are seated here also. Maybe they can stand and wave, the 4 of my colleagues. Just wave.
All the way from Kericho.
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome.
So as you've rightly heard, Imarisha Sacco is based in Kericho. And you said 2 seconds?
3 more.
3 more.
Yes.
So Imarisha, as you've heard, is based in Kericho, and I saw this Sacco Summit, Insight, Innovation, and Connection, and it's something that we really connect with as Imarisha. And maybe something that you don't know about Imarisha is we are number 8 in the country in the ranking of SASRA. Our asset base is 25 billion. Membership way above 230,000. And of course, we have a strategic focus going forward. Is that enough?
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'll call upon, probably will come next to me here. I have Mr. James Joseph Mugume. Yeah, your 2 minutes to do an introduction about you and your Sacco.
Thank you so much. As you have heard, my name is Joseph Mugume. I come from Uganda. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Ebo Sacco. Ebo Sacco is a financial cooperative, like yours here, and it was founded around 1995, and as a ROSCA, a precursor of SLA. And currently, we are the biggest community Sacco and have recently been regulated by the central bank, and we have got license #1 in the whole country of Uganda. You can clap for that.
Give them a clap. Thank you.
So we have seen that journey growing, and we are happy to come here and also showcase our story. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, thank you. Karibu sana. We'll call upon Dr. James Mbui. 2 minutes, a story about your Sacco and yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is James Boye, as you have been told. I work for a Sacco called Amica, based in Muranga. 10 years ago, when I joined in as the Chief Executive Officer, Amica, then Murata Sacco, was not making any money when our doors were not open. So the only time we made money was when our doors were open, and therefore it was that difficult. But today, we make money while we are asleep. We make money on Christmas Day. We make money at any hour of the day. Thanks to technology, and specifically the core banking systems that we have acquired from Craft Silicon. Thank you.
Thank you. A clap. And lastly, Mr. Simon Jenga, the CEO of K Unit Sacco.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Simon Jenga, and I'm the CEO of K Unity, the only Sacco and the first one to be accorded the super brand status in East Africa. We celebrated. You can clap for us for that, please. After us, it's the social media that was accredited, and we celebrated our 50th anniversary last year. We have a membership of over 140,000 with 16 branches across several counties, and I'm happy to be there. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Give a clap to our quite broad panelists here. And I'll kick off with the first question. This will go to everyone, and I'll give you a minute. And then my colleague will follow up with any question. What does digital transformation really mean in your Saccos?
Oh, yeah, sure. I can go first. Thank you very much. So digital transformation, as in Marisha, as you've heard, we've come a journey. It was started in 1978. But if you look at it in the recent 10 or 15 years, our growth has been so tremendous thanks to digitization. So digitization has meant improving our processes, growing our revenues, and even empowering our members. Membership as Sacco or fellow cooperators means as you onboard every member, it means you are starting a sort of a partnership, so that even that shilling that is being brought to your Sacco, it means you are growing together with that member, so that at the end of the year, there is dividends that you are going to pay back to the member. And digitization, even in this strategic plan, the current strategic plan, we are looking at digital transformation massive. And thanks to Craft Silicon also that we have held hands together, we want to do transformation digitally. Thank you.
I'll come to Dr. James Mbui, the same question. What does digital transformation really mean in your Amica Sacco?
As I already said in my introduction, before we brought in the core banking system, specifically Bankers REM in January of 2016, we were not making any money when the bank was not open. And after we brought in the core banking system, we were also able to bring in very many channels. And those channels are the ones that have been helping us to make money even when we are closed. Mobile banking, we have mobile banking, we have agency banking, we have ATMs, we have PesaLink. Right now you can be able to move money from your account to a person in any bank. We have mobile app. Right now we are implementing the credit management to bring in the necessary required efficiency, some of the things that we have just heard from the presenters this morning. And so there has been a major transformation. Our income growth has been able to grow from 200 million in 2014 to 1.3 billion at the end of last year. And a lot of that income has been driven by technology. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, I just want to follow up with a question, sort of a question. What are usually the organization cultural barriers which you have encountered during this transformation?
Some of the barriers that we encountered, the major one was people were generally manual. Because that is one of the barriers, but again, the other barrier that is related to that, the manual system that we are operating then, was age. The average age of our employees. Actually, after I brought in the core banking system, and the next thing that I did was the branding from the Murata Sacco to Amica. The next thing I did was the reorganization of staff, and we had to do voluntary early retirement where we had to release about 65 staff and brought in younger people because the older generations had difficulties embracing technology. In fact, they felt like this thing is coming to finish us. And so those are some of the barriers that we really had to deal with. But again, to deal with that is you have to do a lot of explanations. Generally, the SACCOs in the rural areas, the board members are also elderly people. Because our SACCO was started by coffee farmers. Even up to today, those people who are board members must be coffee farmers. And so you can imagine for you even to explain yourselves, for these people to get to understand why you need to move from manual to digitization. You have to do a lot of negotiations, you have to do a lot of persuading, you have to really explain yourself so that then people can see that new thing or that new place where you want to take them.
Oh, great. Give the CEO a clap for that quite interesting background as far as barriers. I'll come to Mr. Simon Jenga, maybe in the context of K-Unity digital transformation, and maybe in addition to that, what are those some of the barriers you experience when you are implementing?
17 years ago, we started a journey with Craft Silicon. A kid that was born at that time would be sitting for the exam from 4 this year. That's a wrong journey. As at that time, we had a system that was called CMIS, and it has several challenges. At times, it could even allow a one-legged entry. It was an MDOS system. When we got to Craft Silicon, we got to a system which was application-based. We moved with it from 2009 all the way up to last year, when we upgraded it to BR.net. And what we have seen over those years is a huge digital transformation. If you look at our total business and holistically, even our asset base, I can say that we have about more than 4-fold the business, the way it has increased, which is a tremendous improvement. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'll come next to me here is Joseph, and I just look at the Ugandan context. We've seen the Kenyan context as far as the technology has grown, and probably we talk of digital transformation. What does it mean, Sacco, and what is experience? How is the journey? Probably you can give us an insight about that.
Yeah, thank you for this question. I will tackle it like this. You know, just in the morning, somebody here mentioned that the digital transformation actually is the biggest enabler of business these days. So as also Sacco, we can't rely on brick and mortar branches for delivery of services. We need to move and go digital so that it can enable our business. And this one we have done actually together in partnership with Craft Silicon for the last 4 years. And we have seen business growth in terms of portfolio growth, savings, clientele, and even revenue diversification. Actually, that's one of the key points why we actually digitally transformed. Because remember, around 2019, actually the whole world was shut down because of COVID. And during that time, if you didn't have digital channels, movements were restricted, people could not move. So those actually commercial banks that had digital channels, they were able actually to keep doing business and generating income. But for us, because we are relying on physical branches, their loan repayments actually, default was too high, so people could not move to our branches. And also, the revenue streams also dwindled because we relied on interest income only. So that was a big lesson to us, and therefore decided to digitalize our processes, our services, and our people. And as I can say now, almost half of our membership, they are using these digital channels. We have several of them, like USD Code, where we are partnering with the Craft Silicon, and this one actually is actually growing in numbers. And because we are doing this one, because the customer, that's what they want. We have been hearing about Gen Zs here, and that's where we are going. So I think it is a way to go, to digitalize our processes, our services, and our people, because it is the biggest enabler of business. Of course, it comes with the challenges, as you have asked. One is that we are dealing with the mostly smallholder farmers who are illiterate. So the rate of adoption is actually still low, but we need to create awareness and sensitization. Also, another challenge that comes with this is because we are basically in rural setting and there is poor internet connectivity, but also probably this one also be no longer a challenge when internet is actually enhanced. But all in all, I think we need to move because our computers now, ladies and gentlemen, they are conventional banks and the mobile network operators. They are into this space. And before we know it, they will take all our business. So we need also to move into that space. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Give a clap to Joseph. Just a follow-up question from...
Yeah, okay. Joseph, I just wanted to know that your leadership, how does it evaluate with your current systems? Are they aligned with the future digital demands which you expect in the coming future? So just give us a brief on that aspect.
Yeah, you know, when you are to look at digital transformation strategy, really you have to start from the top. There must be a buy-in and a tone at the top. So really at strategic level, policy level, you must make sure it's cooperated. And then you actually scale it down and setting tone from top to the bottom. That's when it will work. Otherwise, if there's no buy-in from the top, I want to assure you, it will not succeed. So when you go back, please look at the strategy policy. Make sure this digital transformation is well aligned with your strategy. And therefore, there's a buy-in and ready to scale it so that it can have a trickle-down effect towards down.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Probably before we move on, I just want to ask all of you, maybe I have a minute of question here. And the question is, have you had a failed digital project? And what did you learn? Because I'm very sure there are some fears here. We've tried it, it failed. Maybe you can share your experience.
Yeah, you can start on the far end.
Thank you very much for that question. I wouldn't really say I've failed digital transformation, as you've put it. So as I said before, we have embarked on the current strategic plan where we are seeing ourselves sort of a double growth in all our data, membership, revenues, and asset base. Of course, our partnership with Craft Silicon started recently, from implementation to even going live. And when we issued requests outside there, we were looking at a system that is much better than the previous one that we had. So I wouldn't say it was a failure, but of course in terms of scalability, the other one reached somewhere where we had to say, let's do a change. So it's not really more of a failure, but a more of transformation and upgrading and looking for a better one that is going to grow our strategy focus in the next 5 years or 10, 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Simon.
Thank you. I mentioned that for the last 17 years we have been with Craft Silicon, and we don't know another system vendor. So the beauty of it is that whenever, like last year when we were doing the system upgrade, we did what we call the pre-go live, where once the setups have been done, you first of all test it to see where there are areas that if it is put in live, which will be a challenge. Then after it was implemented, we also did the post-go live audit. And what I can say is that apart from delay in what we call the UATs, user acceptability testings, and maybe areas that you may find that the staffs were not that much conversant with, which require maybe further training, we have not had a major failure.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Secretary.
Yeah, the experience we have at Amica is that before I came in, we had a system that we were running, and that system terribly failed. And I remember when I joined in, the discussion in board meetings, discussions in management meetings, anytime I received a call, it was a complaint about the system. And so, the Sacco had already invested a lot of money in that system. Actually, the system that we acquired from Craft Silicon has not even spent half the money that was invested in that other system. And therefore, it was not easy even to convince the board to abandon that system and go for another new system. So there comes a time when you have to really make a hard decision. Bite the bullet and say, I must move on because I must take this organization forward. And so that is the best example I can give. It was not easy, it was difficult. Even the board was resisting because they are the ones who had made that other decision. So what are our members going to say? What is the regulator going to say? What will, it was not easy to allocate another budget. But sometimes you can make a decision with the best of intentions, but things go the wrong way, and you have to make another decision and move on. You have to keep moving and never stopping. Thank you.
Mr. Mugume, experience your side.
Thank you so much. The way I want to answer this is that if you are to digitalize, yes, there can be failures, but I think as an institution, you don't wake up one day and say, I'm going to digitalize. You must have proper planning. And this involves people, involves very many key stakeholders, the partners, so you need to plan very well, and also have change management. People also fear change, unknown. But you need to prepare your people so that when this digital transformation comes, they are already aware. And also look at even risk assessment, the perceived and real risks that are likely to occur, and then provide a mitigation framework for these risks. Then the failure rate will be low. And I think we have not had that because we did that and prepared it very well. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Can we give a clap for panelists? For that aspect, to give us a general overview of the insight about the experiences of the digital transformation. I want to move to another component of innovation. And I'll probably, this is a general question that I would expect all of you to address. Currently, technology, I'm very sure as we finish this session, there must be something new in the world. And I don't know what framework or what system have you put in place so that you can urgently address some of the needs that we need to digitize. So I don't know, as each of these organizations, these circles you are here, what are you doing to encourage innovation within the organization so that digital transformation becomes sustainable?
So thank you for that question. So I'll talk from the Marisha point of view. I would say it's the bit of innovation both comes from us internally as a Marisha, and much of the insight comes from the membership. I've seen Gen Z consultant here, and Gen Zs are the one who gives us a lot of pressure, and they give us a lot of insights, and even the general membership. So as you onboard that one member, definitely as they want to derive our services, they will challenge you. If you go, for example, to diaspora, you have members in diaspora, they always want to know, how am I going to access services? How am I going to do this and this and this from Marisha? So we are challenged to always innovate, both from giving financial services to even enabling self-service. As opposed to that member coming to be served from the banking hall, it's good to empower them to be self-service, so that I also had banking in the pocket. So there's a presentation that was done, and much of what we want to empower our members is being empowered with the pocket. And we have an ICT team in Marisha, for example, that are much future-looking. They really they are taken through a lot of trainings, and we want to be ahead of our membership so that there is no, at any point they say, why are we not getting services? And our branches are not everywhere. Yes, we have up to diaspora, up to even some unserved counties, but we want to have them access our services. So I would say, in terms of innovation, we always do a lot of research. We have an ICT team that is proactive, and much of the insight is from the membership. We take a lot of input and work on it from the general membership. Thank you.
Simon, on your side, what are you doing to promote digital innovation in your Sacco?
Thank you. In our SP strategic plan, we have 32 KPIs. One of the KPIs is the innovations, which we do reward. Whenever someone comes up with an innovative idea, we do compensate it and reward it. Most of the innovation that we are getting are emanating from the ICT, because I also have a very vibrant young team. And because I have even the head of the ICT now. Moses, you can start and wave the team. A very Gen Z. And also my head of finance, who is also a very young lady, a Gen Z. So what does it mean is that we have also allocated a sizable amount of training to go to the ICT related. And with AI, that's what we want now to embark on mostly. And I believe also with the what Craft Silicon is providing, we want to be among the trailblazers in taking up some of these products so that we can leverage on them. Thank you.
To follow up, Mr. Simon, is cost a barrier for this? Or do you look at cost as a barrier, or how do you look at it? Because I know that is also another thorny issue, especially to your board.
Well, that is one of the areas that have always to be checked, the cost-benefit analysis whenever you are getting to a new project. But so far, the way you have also worked with this vendor, Craft Silicon, I think it has been affordable. When we compare with others, we can't complain.
Okay. I'll come here before I come to the Daktari, to Joseph, and probably in the same context, how you deliberately driving digital innovation organization. But in the same context, I'll also, as you be answering, would you prefer, should we outsource, should we build our own system, or should we partner? I don't know, what is your experience?
Our experience has been that you must come up with the hybrid. You don't rely on one source outsourcing, development or partnership, but you need a hybrid. Because once you make a hybrid, then you are able to tap into very many advantages. Like you don't have expertise in-house, so you rely on partnerships. And if it comes to, that comes to outsourcing. But also it's good to develop some of these in-house and also build capacity. So all in all, I don't think we can rely on one source. It should be hybrid so that you have all those advantages combined together.
So, Mr. Joseph, if I look at it, Mbarara is 150 kilometers from Kampala.
Yes.
How did this journey start? Just a brief.
Of transformation?
Of transformation.
How it started, that was way back around the 20, as I said, 19, outbreak of COVID. Of course, this was a very hard lesson learned, because, as I said, we were actually rural-based, and therefore there was restriction on movement, and all our clients could not move. And our portfolio went bad. Portfolio above 30 days was around the 50%. So it was almost being wiped out. And also, we learned that we were actually relying on interest income only without diversification. So we could not pay salaries, we could not pay operational expenses because the income was also not coming in. So that was a very, very hard lesson to us. So how do we do this? We came up with an idea of digital transformation. And we've moved, I can reliably, confidently say now, almost our 50% of membership, they are actually digitally transformed, and they can use the digital channels. We have several of them, including the Able Mobile Center, the merchant code, mobile money, and POS. But this was a journey which was not simple. Of course, it needed time, it needed a lot of investment, and of course, the payback period also is long. But as I said, it is inevitable, you have to take it if you are to grow and be sustainable in the future. Because the future of banking is actually digitalization. So it was not a simple journey, and being a leading Sacco, we had to do that. But of course, with other partnerships and advice like GrapSilicon, we have also other strategic partners who are always advising us to do this. So I think that was the journey, and as I can say now, we have only around 15 branches, but what we have now relied on most is branchless banking. We don't need to go brick and mortar, but rely on these digital channels to scale up to even the whole of the country. As we have had, we are already regulated by BOU, and therefore we are allowed to operate anywhere in the country. But the strategy is that let's not go creating branches here and there, but we can use digital channels to actually cover the whole country. And also, in that, I also want to let you know that as we have heard, we are working with smallholder farmers, more especially women and youth. But also, we have moved to another vulnerable group. This is refugee financing and host community. And you know, these refugee financings, most of these, they come from their own countries. They are here in Uganda. Sometimes they have been relying on handouts, but also they need, how can they save this money on their digital channel so that it is not actually misused or stolen from them. So actually, we are using these digital channels to also make sure we carry out this financial inclusion to refugees and host communities.
Oh, thank you so much. By the way, Uganda is one of the countries that hosts the largest number of refugees, I think, all over the world. And I think if you go the west side of Uganda in Arua, you would find quite a big business about refugees. So thank you for that. Now, I want to come lastly so that we move on we wrap this session, but I want to come to Daktari. You know, if you look at your Sacco, it is, from the brief you've given, coffee farmers, the aged board members, and here we are, Amica, it is doing so well on the journey of success. Probably you can share how internally, strategically, digital innovation And probably you can also give us an insight. Should we outsource? Should we partner or build our own?
Okay. As I said, that journey is not easy, and especially convincing the board that you need to go that direction. And because of the question that was asked earlier about cost, you really must keep engaging the top leadership, especially the board, whom, again, I said, may not understand these things of digitalization very, very, very well. But you must keep painting a picture of what will it be like once you digitalize, once you spend all this money. Remember the journey of the children of Israel from Egypt to Canaan. God had to paint a picture of how Canaan looks like. It's a land that flows with milk and honey, so that then they are able to see exactly how things will look like. And so when they arrive there, they actually can see this is the milk and honey that we're being told. So they will forget the cost and all the, the struggles that they went through to get there. And so you have to keep really engaging. You also must keep engaging membership to solicit for feedback. You have to engage the staff, solicit for feedback. And as a CEO, you must lead this thing from the top and from the front. You cannot be leading from behind and expect that things are going to change. Now, on the question of whether to outsource or to build or to have a hybrid, it's an issue of consulting, because many a times when you are digitalizing, you are going into a direction that you have not been that way before. And therefore, you have to really consult, you have to benchmark, you have to take time before you make that decision, because again, remember, you spend a lot of money. And so you cannot just wake up one day and just say, we are going this direction or the other direction. Take your time before you make the final decision. But consult, and make sure that you have a buy-in from all key stakeholders.
Great. I think we need to come to our last, our time, and I'm sure majority of us have other plans, and that I want to do the last, give each opportunity, maybe what is that probably you can advise the audience here listening, that yes, we need to transform, we need to change, we need to embrace digital world. Probably I'll begin from Joseph here, and then I'll finish at the CP at the last, at the end there.
Okay, to crown it all, as you have heard in my introductory remarks, I've said, if you want actually to be sustainable in this world of microfinance, you have to digitalize your services, products, and your people. So it's a way to go, and there's no shortcut. It's not a luxury, but all of us, we must digitalize and transform. That's when we shall be able to sustain operations as an institution and be able to finance our members through financial inclusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dr. Ari?
I said we made this decision to acquire the core banking system, the bank as REM, in 2015, and we implemented it in January of 2016. But looking back, if we never made that decision, I'm not very sure whether Amica would still be existing. So it was such an important decision that we made at that particular time, and we made at the right time. And so that has transformed the business. We were at 1.8 billion asset base, and we are looking at closing a 10 billion asset base by the end of this year, thanks to the digital transformation that has taken place in that institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, clap to Dr. Ari. Yes, Simon?
What I may advise is that if you have not started, start it in a small way and then progress as you continue. Because there is no choice. You have to get to digital. You have to transform. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. And we don't want you to become defunct. It comes with cost. It also have the risk in terms of the cyber security. And that one also have to be addressed. so that at the end of the day, the benefit outweighs the cost. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, CPA Michael. So in every organization, financial institution, or in this context a Sacco, everyone has an intention or an appetite for growth. They usually say growth is synonymous with technology. That means it's actually the oxygen of an organization. The scenario that we all relate with is during the COVID-19, where now we are all closed in our houses, we are not able to move around and everything. And an example to us as a Sacco is initially our members, because we are based in a rural setup, they were not really after mobile channels, but now after COVID, the numbers grew in terms of embracing these mobile channels, and we have seen tremendous uptake. So as an organization, we need really to digitize, to move with technology, and we all know technology, it changes day in, day out. So I would urge us as fellow cooperators, let's embrace technology, digitization. Oh, thank you so much.
Just a minute. My group CEO also wants to ask at least one or two questions. He has been burning.
I just have, at Craft Silicon we operate with a lot of transparency and we learn from you people. So as much as you guys have talked good things about us, can you also tell us where we lack so we can improve, all of you please. We want to improve. And be transparent, don't sugarcoat.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Let's get a feedback for improvement.
Yeah, all is not bed of roses, of course, working with Craft Silicon, I must admit. And there are a number of challenges we are facing. And sometimes we're always on the call. One is that you don't have staff in Uganda, support staff. So we heavily rely on your key staff who actually here in Kenya. And sometimes you call somebody when there is a breakdown to work on the system, and somebody is already in a supermarket. So you can imagine, so we are suffering because there is no physical presence of Craft Silicon in Uganda. Then secondary, of course, as partners, we also have challenges with Craft Silicon. Sometimes, especially the core bank system has challenges. It's not the 100%, of course, but you find sometimes figures shifting. Today, the balance sheet is talking around 100 billion. The next day, it is 95. You wonder where 5 has gone. Those are the issues that you also need to fix. But I'm not saying that we are not running away from you, but you should correct that. It's actually, it's a very big, disappointment, especially when you already digitalized, you are using a system, and all your branches, you have had 15 branches, they are all centralized. And there is that kind of breakdown, and you don't address it immediately. So I think you need to give us real-time response and support. All those breakdowns are there, but if they can be rectified as soon as possible, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give a clap for that honest feedback? Daktari?
I think from me is that you need to step up your marketing efforts. You are not very aggressive in marketing your products. All these very good products, I think you have been covering them with a debe. Bring them out here, especially for us who are users. We should be knowing them, whether we are taking them or we are not taking them, but we should be knowing them. It has taken very many years. I think from the time we bought a core banking system to the time I think you sold to the next person and the next person, because we know each other. And this Sacco industry is a very big industry. you would actually be having like 30% of the market share. But your market share is still very, very, very small. But I think it's because you are not very aggressive in your marketing effort. That would be my honest feedback.
Thank you. Give a clap for that. That's a very good, powerful. Simon, 17 years. Something must have kept you, but also challenges there.
Yeah, what I can say is that there is no perfect system. And issues keep on times coming, and especially when we do like a system upgrade. What I may say is that maybe it's to fast track on closure of the issues pending whenever they crop. The other thing is that Craft Silicon has displayed very nice and good product. Maybe it can also use the Saccos who are already with them, what we call the proof of concept, so that you're able now to roll out also others when they come and benchmark with us, they get to know what is that you are, as my colleague is putting it up. The other bit is that in terms of the cyber attacks, they have been rampant in all sectors. And I think if the Craft Silicon can create a way of collaborating, those ones who are also using the Craft Silicon bankers, RAM, and the product, so that if something happened to one, we are able to react very fast to prevent the same pattern being used to attack one another. And I think that one can be done with much ease. So those are the areas that I may say that maybe can be addressed. Thank you.
Thank you for that feedback. Lastly, CPA Michael.
What I would say is with Craft Silicon is, as you heard, we recently started our partnership with Craft Silicon. Of course, we started with implementation, customization to fit our needs. I would say maybe is it a weakness or a challenge is there are many other Saccos outside there. And like for example, as we have quite a number of products, close to 40, but I would say Craft Silicon probably you need to venture more into Saccos, as is put it, marketing, so that you understand the setup of every location. Like the region you recently came to us is, you've really tried to understand our market and our customization, and in a way you've taken time because maybe it's a new area. But so I would pose a challenge to you, do more and more of regions, the setup, because you know now the Sacco is the main thing in Kenya. Thank you.
I think, Mr. Kamal, you have to beyond that.
Respond.
No, I think I just want to thank everyone for telling us where we are dropping the balls so that we can improve. I think we always continuously kept on improving, but feedback like this, negative feedback also helps us to improve. So thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you so much. Can we give our, I think one important thing that as we are wrapping up at the last is, if you have to become excellent, you deliberately put a mechanism to listen to feedback. And if you look at the history of successful organization, they have learned from the feedback, they have got idea from the feedback, and I'll not be surprised as organizations and circles that here, feedback is very, very, very important. Yes, you have something?
So just now my head of sales said that because we are celebrating 25 years, he's willing to give out 25% discount on all our products starting today. Is that true, Moses? Very true.
25%. Wow. Can you write that? Write in a piece of paper and take a photo of it. 25%. Please, I want to see. Hey, chukweni simu. Msikuwa mnajipiga selfie tu.
25%.
Write boldly and take a photo of it. Because
25 years.
It's a great opportunity. Celebrating 25 is not just a small journey, because
we
look forward for that.
So to say that we are also in the year 2025, so we are celebrating 25 years, and we have 25% discount. Nimesema mara ngapi? Do I need to repeat again?
No.
Okay. I'm not hearing that. You okay? Okay, thank you.
Okay, give a clap for that. Thank you. I think we should be coming to the last part of this. But before we conclude, first of all, we want to thank our panelists. Thank you so much for taking time, coming and sharing the insight. And we believe your leadership in your Sacco is very, very key in driving the success of digitization. We believe leadership, and I think all of you have said, sets the tone, and the rest of the leaders of different levels here, please, this is key. Top leadership commitment, not just commitment by guiding the strategy, commitment for time, commitment for resources, commitment to change, and I'm very sure it will be quite important. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we give our panelists, please, you can take your seats. Don't move, don't move. We still one or two things to do here because I'd like to call Leah because we have some. We also invite our first speaker from Kingdom Bank.
Yes.
Was it Simon?
Samuel.
Please, Karibu, please join us because we are just to say thank you so much. It's a token of appreciation to remember this very, very important thing. I think I'll begin by James Mbui, please. You can hand over, please. Go ahead. Yep, you can take a photo there. Asante sana. Pige makofi. Tu karibu tena kuwa nasi wakati mwingine. Okay. Come, that is it Joseph? No, okay. Priya, please. Give a clap to Joseph, all the way from Uganda.
Thank you so much.
Okwaro, you can come and hand over this. The next, Michael Sipia Langat, makofi kwake, asante sana. Sajid. Lastly to Simon, makofi kwake, the CEO K Unit Sacco. Thank you, karibuni tena.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
And then lastly,
we have someone, Gen Z Mix.
Mpigie Samuel, that was a very good story from Kingdom Bank, Asante Sanda, Gen Z Mix. If you had the photo, you would have taken a selfie. He's missing that. Makofi tena. Thank you so much. Now, we still have some awards here that we need to give in recognition. And give me for K Unit first. Can give it the K Unit. We have special awards that we want to recognize with a certificate, but this is before we award here. Probably I can read some themes here. This goes to Financial Inclusion Champion for unlocking access and opportunity where it matters. And we give this award to K Unit. K Unit, the CEO, and I would invite Vivek to award this recognition award. Simon, you can walk again to the podium, or you can ask one of the Gen Zs here. Please come with the photos. Hey, please, if you have the whole team, you can come so that you can take this momentous. Vivek, please.
No.
It's here. Okay, Unit. Okay, can we give them a clap? Thank you. We are recognizing them for financial inclusion, and I think this is a momentous moment. Makofi tena. Kima. The next award goes to, this award is for Grassroots Impact Award in really community change. And we are honored to give this award to Kima Sacco. The team for Kima Sacco, can we give them a clap? And if they're here, please, we welcome you.
Come with your team. Come with your team.
Kim, come with your team. And
all the way from Kitui.
Sujit, please come, Sujit, to wapigie makofi. Yeah, just a minute, Sujit, you can award this. Kujeni pamoja. And I like it. You can see they're all great, beautiful, energetic, smiling ladies. Kima Sacco, makofi kwao.
Police Sacco? Anyone from Police Sacco?
Kenya Police Sacco. Okay. Imarisha. Imarisha.
Okay. Imarisha Sacco. Diana?
So the next, this is
Khalif.
Member First Digital Excellence for leading with the heart and technology in an equal measure. And this award goes to Imarisha, and I would invite Simran. Are you there?
Khalif, we're waiting for you. The rest also.
Wapigie makofi. You can have the entire team from Imarisha, please. Karibuni sana. Just a minute, let the team come so that we can take a group photo. Thank you. Give them a clap. Thank you so much. Keep it up. The next recognition award, Community Empowerment Leader for empowering communities through purpose-driven innovation. And we are pleased to award this to Amica Sacco. Karibu CEO Daktari. You can join with your team. Wapige makofi wanapokuja. And I'll call upon Priya to award this. As Priya comes, can we clap? Just continue clapping until I say continue. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Wapige makofi.
Next is Ebo.
Ebo SME and Entrepreneur Growth Catalyst. This award goes to Ebo. I would invite Joseph. Please, pige makofi Joseph from Uganda.
Mr. Okwaro.
More clap, and I would invite Okwaro to award this to Ebo Sacco from Uganda. Thank you once again. Congratulations. Now, as we are wrapping, I'd like to invite, can we give ourselves so many claps? We are just wrapping up, and I would invite Adit to give a vote of thanks, and then we close. Welcome.
Wow. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the entire team at Craft Silicon, I'd like to express our deepest gratitude for you coming here today. And to our esteemed Sacco partners, thank you for taking the time to join us. Your trust and collaboration are behind the driving force behind the work that we do. And we're truly honored to partner with the institutions that are transforming lives in Kenya. Today was more than just a product showcase. It was a celebration of partnership, innovation, and our shared mission to empower communities through technology-driven financial solutions. And a special thank you to the speakers and the panelists who've shared your valuable insights on digital transformation. We also extend our appreciation to the organizing committee led by Leah and Moses, and every team member who worked tirelessly to make this event a success. As we look forward to the future, we remain fully committed to delivering secure, scalable, and tailored solution that meet your needs. We don't just want to be your service provider. We want to be your long-term partner in growth. Together, let's continue pushing boundaries, embracing innovation, and delivering real value to the members that we serve. Before we conclude, we invite you to meet with our sales representatives outside here to schedule a detailed presentation for your Sacco. And here's some exciting news. As Moses mentioned, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. So for the next 45 days, we are happy to extend a 25% discount across all our services for your Sacco.
25%. 25%.
That's right, 25%.
25%.
Once again, thank you very much for your time, your trust, and your partnership. We look forward to more collaboration. Wishing you all a pleasant day ahead, and we look forward to working closely with you. Tuungane tujijenge. God bless you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Give a prayer. And I think I'll say all of us, can we stand up? Just stand up so that we just do the last thing. And I want us to give ourselves standing ovation. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity, coming and joining us. And we thank you and I wish you well. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. God bless you all. Asante.
We need a photo. Can we get a photo here? Is it okay?
Yeah. Can we all fit here?
Can we all fit here? Up
to the
and down
here.
the podium here, please. Kumbu kumbu, kumbu kumbu.
Ya tafadhali moja tunaweza toa hii.
10